And we're live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Purple Pill Pod, episode 25 tonight, the number one show in the world for dating. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow the podcast Instagram and TikTok tag below. We need more people to always come on the show. If you're a single lady, please DM me on the Instagram. And please go follow the Twitter and the Facebook group as well. We need to grow all of it as much as we can. Also, shout out to my producer tonight. We got JR and Donnie in the house. We also got Cornerstone Events helping us out in the background. Shout out to y'all for recruiting. I really appreciate y'all. To start the show off tonight, we got 5 amazing girls. This is going to be a really fire panel, I think. All right, so to start tonight, we're going to let's start it off like how we always do. We always like to ask what's your name, your age, your education level, and what you do for work, so everybody can learn a little bit more about you. This is a dating show, so there's 3.6 billion people that watch YouTube on a daily basis. So you might have your man of the dreams out here. 3.6 billion men. You never know. Well, half of them are men. But yeah, just to start, we'll start on this end tonight, and we'll do name, age, education level, what you do for work. Brag about your credit score if you want.
Okay, I'm Alexis. I'm 28. I have a degree in criminology and criminal justice, and I do accounting actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even do shit with my degree.
Okay. Well, what about you?
My name is Ari. You can call me AP if you want. I am 24, about to turn 25. I am a Pisces. And my education level is I have a bachelor's in biology, a minor in chemistry. And I'm not going to tell you my credit score, but I could buy you a car.
Okay. Well, she had to brag about her astrology sign. Chat, we're going to have to tear her up later on.
Look, don't do that.
What's your name, your age, your education level, and what you do for work?
My name is Brianna.
Talk a little closer if you can.
I'm so sorry. My name is Brianna. I have a degree in clinical psychology. I work in healthcare.
How old are you?
I am 25. I just turned 25. Big Scorpio energy. Okay. I'm from Dallas. So.
Okay. All right. What about you? Your name, your age, education level, what you do for work?
My name is Kiera. I'm ageless.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
I got some college experience, not that much, but I'm a real estate rate specialist.
You're a real estate rate specialist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Y'all want a house? Hit me up. Yeah.
What number is ageless though? What is that?
I mean, that doesn't it? I don't age.
Period.
Hey, it was our producer. Can you just say if it's
I don't
under?
age.
Is it under 30 or above 30?
Above 30.
It is above 30,
Damn.
guys. That's all we need.
But I don't age. Beautiful.
That's crazy. You don't look it at all.
What about for you? What's your name, your age, education level, what you do for work?
My name is Paige. Education. I have associates in dental assisting. I'm a dental assistant.
Okay, that's awesome. That's a good. I
How old
think
are
that's
you?
one of the best things you can have.
No,
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. How old are you?
And I'm 27.
27. Okay,
Sure.
not quite to the big 30 yet. All right. Now let's just figure out. Are you single or in a situationship?
I'm single and ready to mingle, baby.
Let's go.
You're fully single. Are you single or in a situationship?
I'm single.
You're fully single.
Don't lie.
I'm single.
Are you single or in a situationship?
I am single.
You're fully single. Always talking to the mic if you can. Are you single or in a situationship?
I'm in a single ship.
You're in a single ship. Okay. Are you single? Or
Single.
you're full. Also, everybody's fully single here. Okay.
Let's go.
Now, I just gotta check now really quick. Are you celibate?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. But you're single. Are you celibate?
I prefer
What that
not
got
to
to do with
disclose
you?
that information.
Oh, I know both of these aren't. What about you? Are you celibate?
Right now, yes.
Okay, she's celibate. Are you celibate?
Yes.
She's
I'm
celibate.
celibate too.
Okay, we got half an. It's easy to remember too. These two are not definitely. Now let's we got a little bit of some new questions. Let me go down to some of them. I want to check some of them out this time. Do you believe in unconditional love? Hey, people in the background, please keep it down if y'all can over there in the green room. I want to know, do y'all believe in unconditional love? Do you think it's a real thing? We'll start right here.
Your mama gonna love you unconditionally, not me.
Okay.
My love comes with conditions, baby.
It does come with
If you ain't
conditions.
gonna get right, you're gonna get left.
Okay. All right. Is love unconditional to you?
I do think love is unconditional for the right person.
Okay. So it's kind of like hers.
Yeah, if you claim that you love somebody that you really don't love unconditionally, then it's not unconditional love. But I do think there is unconditional love in the world.
Okay. Do you believe in unconditional love? For your mother?
Period.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah.
For a man, like you would say, you can have unconditional love for a man.
I think I can love anybody unconditionally.
Okay. Can you unconditionally love a man?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. And I like to think that women honestly can't, and I'll tell y'all why. So I think that y'all can love unconditionally, like your children or like a pet. I think that's what that's what you're built to do. You're supposed to be a perfect lover to your child and like perfectly able to take care of them. But I think a man's love, it really does come with conditions. Like you need conditions for you to love the man. Like he obviously needs to provide, or he needs to be something for you to want to love him back. You know, it's not unconditional. Whereas I think a man, he really can love unconditionally, but I just think that they should choose wisely who they give it to, you know? But they got to be careful.
I got a follow-up question regarding that.
Yeah.
So, ladies, do you think that Disney fairy tales kind of paint that picture of unconditional love, quote unquote?
No.
100%.
In a way.
Here, we'll start
In a
with you.
way.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I grew up a tomboy, so I ain't really watched some Disney movies. I never really fucked with the fairy tale ending. Like, my goal was never to get married. Like, you know how people be like, oh, I know what I want to do for my wedding growing up and shit. I never cared about that.
You don't want any of that? And even to this day, you kind of don't still?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
That's good to know.
So this could be like it just doesn't have to be Disney fairy tales. It could be media in general.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
hear the terminology unconditional love quite a bit.
So do you think the media or Disney, you know, is pushing it on? What do you think?
I do think there are a lot of people who are looking for that fairy tale love. I will say, yes, girl, I know what I'm doing in my wedding. But I don't think that there's a fairy tale ending for everybody. Not everybody wants that.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they were lying to us. What about you?
I planned my wedding since I was like 7. So
100%.
I'm one of those.
You
But it's
falling for the
just-
fairy tale.
It's just because I've always had a thing for dresses and fashion and clothes. So I just kind of pre-planned it.
Okay.
Not, and then the man will come, but the wedding's already done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, per.
What about you?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think Disney is pushing a fairy tale. I think it's all about perception. You can't really blame Disney for how you perceive the movie.
Yeah, I can see that kind of too. But I mean, kids are impressionable, so remember that. Kids are very impressionable. What about you?
What is it? What is the question?
So do you think Disney and the media kind of pushes this idea that unconditional love is a real thing?
Disney or media?
It's like it's unconditional at points. It's not always unconditional. Like I mean, the little fair tale part.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes it'll be a fair tale, sometimes not a fair tale.
Yeah, so yeah, I just feel like Disney doesn't portray that though. Like they truly portray like perfect Prince Charming, you're gonna find this, you know, and it's very dangerous. Like it's dangerous for the women to like sit there and hope that for that. It's also dangerous for the men too, because that's how you have these simp dudes sitting there giving gifts and doing all this shit for girls that don't give a fuck about them, you know? It goes both ways. It goes both ways though. I'm not gonna say it's just men or women.
Right.
I
Why do
will
you have to
say,
be a simp to give gifts?
Huh?
Well, like,
For a guy, so a simp is just somebody that gives without receiving anything in return. So like a simp is just those guys.
But
You know
are
the guys I'm
not
talking
supposed
about.
to be giving gifts to not
Are you
expect
giving-
anything in
Well, no, it's just
return?
about to be. It just should be equal. Like if you're, because I know you know what I'm talking about. Those guys that sit there and give way too much.
It sounds like you be giving gifts to get something in return.
No. It's just I'm talking specifically about the type of men that give way too much. And you know what I'm. Stop playing dumb. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. There's those guys that give way too much and get nothing. Like don't get me wrong. They might
What
be a
if
40-year-old millionaire
Hold
that doesn't
on,
care,
But what
but
if that's their kink?
that's not anybody's kink to get taken advantage of. That is it's
but
nobody's
there
kink.
is.
Those guys are guys that have mental health issues and they're just very
Why you
happy.
gotta blame it on
So
mental
what-
Because
health?
they do. Those guys are seriously like they need help really bad, and they're just giving away all their money to a girl because they have nothing else in their life. They're very
It
alone.
ain't tricking if you got it, baby.
But
I mean,
Sergio,
it's very
if you
shameful.
got it.
Still, it's still very fucking shameful.
Hey,
I'm
but you
going to
listen.
agree with you.
You listen to Future
because-
though,
Look, hold on.
and Future be saying he trick on women. So like,
So let me
Yeah,
ask you.
I really don't see what's the problem.
But my thing
So,
is,
so,
if you're-
so, do you
So
want
are
to date
gonna
Future?
listen to Future or
Do you
no?
want to marry Future?
No.
Okay,
I
thank
just
you very
told
much.
you I ain't want to
just
get married
answered-
in
you just-
general. So
I know, but would any of y'all take Future seriously?
I would not. I mean,
Okay, besides her, let's get her off the table, guys. But yeah, everybody else, I'm pretty sure wouldn't take Future fucking serious. So who gives a
okay.
shit? It doesn't matter.
So
Like
what's
you're
the
just talking
difference
about a
between
guy.
the other men though.
But you're saying tricking is okay, but that's a fucking lame ass dude to want to sit there and like be
So
like, oh, I want to
Future's
be just
lame.
like, yes. If you think that Future is the peak of like
I'm
an
not
influence
saying
for a
that.
man,
I'm
that's
not
fucking
saying that,
sad.
but like y'all niggas listen
I'm sorry.
to Future
I look up
everything
to
else
like
he say.
Warren Buffett, like actual billionaires that like
Yeah.
run the world and shit. I don't give a fuck about Future. Like Future can go and do whatever he wants, and he's gonna be more broke than the guys that are running the world. So I really don't give a shit.
Yo,
He can
shout
do
out
that
to
all the
Future
time.
though, man.
Yeah,
That's
shout out to
Let's
Future.
go back.
Good.
Let's go back
Shout
a couple minutes though, because you said, you just feel like these guys who are out here giving everything have mental issues, and
Yeah, what that
this
got
certain
to do-
things.
They're very
I wanna put-
alone. They're very alone, and that's why they're doing that. They would not be simping and giving away all this money if they had a family and kids and a wife. They wouldn't be doing that shit.
But
They're
I
very
don't know,
alone.
the
That's
way
why
you
they're
know.
doing it.
families and kids
Hmm?
are the ones who do that.
And
No.
once again, those
Hey,
guys though, they're
her.
just they just want to have an abundance because they have the money to be able to do it. But that doesn't mean make them a good person. Like I'm not gonna sit there and tell men to do that. I give a lot of prescriptions out on this channel where I actually try to teach women how to be better, and I actually teach men how to be better. So I'm not gonna prescribe all that stupid shit, that dorky ass shit of
Right.
simping and fucking giving without getting anything in return. No, I'm very, very serious about people fixing the world, and you're not gonna fix it by guys giving more to women that are already entitled as fuck, and then women fucking
So
sitting
what
there
does
thinking that
Warren
y'all
Buffett
deserve
do?
all of it for nothing.
Now,
Huh?
can I
So what
say
does Warren
something?
Buffett do? Because I don't be hearing him giving away his shit to charities and shit.
He's
Buffett
actually
is
the
actually
biggest
very
philanthropist.
good.
He's
He's
the
a
biggest philanthropist in the
philanthropist.
world, and then on top of that, he's the second richest person in the world. So you should probably read a fucking book because that's a really big deal that you don't know about.
What?
Okay, because I don't prescribe to Warren Buffett. I don't keep up with other people in their fucking lives. I do with me, and I worry about what I got going on. It's 24 hours in the day. Why would I spend my time worrying about Warren
Because
Buffett?
if you want to become a better person in life and you actually want to succeed, you should
I gotta
probably look
listen
at
to other people.
you should probably look at successful people, or else you're gonna be a failure. Do you want to be a failure your whole
First
life?
of all, how am I a
Unpopular
failure?
opinion.
You
I
don't even
didn't
know
say
me.
that. I said, do you want to be one?
You said
Unpopular
my whole
opinion.
life.
I
like,
said, do
am
you want to
one.
be one? Do
I
you
am
wa-
not one, so
No,
it
I
doesn't
asked
matter.
the question. Do you want to be one? No, you don't want to be
I'm
one.
not one.
You
so
don't
it
want to
does
be
not
one,
matter
correct?
what I
You don't want to
be.
be one. I'm
First
asking
of all,
a question. Answer the
and I'm
question.
answering. I'm not a failure, so it's not like
I
you
wasn't
asked me-
asking you personally if you're a failure. I said, do you
Baby,
want
why
to
you
be a
getting
failure?
heated?
Because I'm asking you a specific
you
question and
yelling
you're
over
dodging
me.
it. No, you're
I'm not
dodging it.
dodging it.
You are. I said, do you want to be a failure?
And I'm not going to be like, period.
That's not the question. Do you not see this is a communication issue that a lot of women have today? Y'all don't even
Oh.
know how to answer a plain question. I asked you a very normal question. Do you want to be successful?
If I am,
It's a yes or no question.
I think the,
don't
I think
talk
the
to me like I'm a
answer-
child.
It's a yes or no
the answer is already
question.
I already
within the
answered.
statement.
It's a yes
my
or no
answer
question.
is within my statement.
It's a
I
yes or
said
no
I am
question.
not a failure. So no, why would I? If I'm not one right now,
Guys, this
Why
is
would
what's
I-
wrong with the world
No,
today.
can
You
I
don't
say
even
something,
know how
though?
to answer a yes or no question.
But Sergio, let me
You
give
don't
you
even know how to answer a yes or no question.
Let me give you an unpopular opinion. I agree with you. Because I have dated somebody who legitimately said, I want to give you everything and I don't expect anything in return. I don't care if you cheat on me. I don't care if you do this. That is
Baby.
a SIMP.
Yes, that's a simp. Yeah.
That's a simp.
Yeah.
So I do think, no matter how successful you are, if you're going to tell a girl, I don't care if you cheat on me. I don't care. I just want to give you the world. That's weird. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't really
He's
like
a fucking
you.
loser. He's a
I'm-
fucking dork. And everybody needs to accept
Mhm.
that. If y'all want to sit here and fucking put these guys on a pedestal because they simp for
It's-
girls, that's fucking
I'm not
ridiculous.
gonna put them on a
Weird.
pedestal,
No,
but I do want to
who
finish
said
what I was about to say.
Yeah, what are you
I'm
gonna say?
not gonna put them on a pedestal, but I'm not gonna lump every guy into the category as if you are giving all your money and you're not getting nothing in return, it makes you a simp. It doesn't make you a simp because from my culture, men will give you Yo Gotti said himself, I give a bitch a check before I give a bitch my heart. Men are gonna give you money because it doesn't mean anything sentimentally to them, but they're not gonna give you their heart. That don't make him a simp because he tricking off on you. You're
Okay,
probably
but
not
what
giving
if-
him
This,
anything.
that is
What if he
totally not
gives you
true
his
at all.
heart?
No, a guy shows his love through his
Um,
provisioning, through what he provides for a woman. That's great. Yo Gotti said, I guess our fucking influences in society there are only Future and Yo Gotti. But guys,
No,
let's
we never
wake
said
up.
that.
I'm just saying,
We
let's
just
wake.
referenced
I
it.
know,
We
I know.
referenced
That's a
never said
shitty
that,
reference, though. I'm just being honest with you. That's a shitty reference because we're not looking up to Yo Gotti, and if you
We're
are
not.
looking up to Yo Gotti, that's a problem. That's a
We're not
fucking
looking up
issue.
to
why is it a
That's all-
problem?
because he's not somebody to look up to. He is
How?
literally somebody that
Why
just
would you
made a
say
lot of.
that?
I would like to.
What would make you say he's not somebody to look up to?
Can I answer that question?
I would like to answer
Go
it as
ahead.
well.
Oh.
Go right ahead.
I will say, me and Sergio kind of on the same wave right now. I don't look up to rappers. They talk a lot of stuff, but what are they doing behind closed doors? I won't say I look up to Warren Buffett. You know who I look up to? Kris Jenner, because she doing whatever she got to do. She put her kids in scandals, but she gonna make money off them scandals. So I just think that you need to look up to people who are really on their stuff, who's really like getting
But
their
how
money.
would you say he not?
I
on
just
his
think
shit?
that y'all taking the statements out of context because nobody ever said I looked up to Yo Gotti by reference to the statement. She never said I looked up
I'm just
to
saying you
Future.
used him as
I-
a reference though.
But you can't take my reference and take it into the context.
I'm
looking
proving
up
that
to
your
Yo
point
Gotti.
is wrong. I'm proving that's how I'm proving your point is I'm pointing at your reference and I'm saying that's why
Motherfuckers
that's not even a
invited
good
us
thing to look
to
at
tell
because
us
of who
the
it's
shit
coming
wrong.
from. That's not yes, because a
That's
guy
all-
shows
that's the
his-
only reason
hold
you
on.
invited us on this podcast is to tell us we wrong.
Yeah, I can tell people they're wrong all the time. Like
And that's
this
fine
is the world
because
that we're
we all
in.
entitled to our opinion. So you can
You-
discredit who said it, but that don't mean you can discredit the statement. Like I said, from my culture, when a guy will give you money if he has it, we've been known for that.
And
for our
once
culture.
again,
he
let
gives
me
it to you because your culture feels like what I'm providing to you is what I am as a man. Our culture doesn't feel like that. We
what's
don't
your
feel like
culture
that,
again?
sweetie.
Just to
I'm
be clear.
African American.
Yep. Yeah, but like
and
what I'm just
honestly,
making sure
be
it's not
real with you.
Nigerian or something. I'm just making sure it's not something
Nigerian.
specifically.
I'm African American, and I'm very much so from the hood.
Okay, yeah.
Very much so from the hood. So money was never actually something that we grew up on looking into Warren Buffett and all. No, we grew up on
Can you talk more
your
into the mic a little bit?
loyalty. We grew up on your loyalty and your love was his provision. That was his providing. So once you get that, then you get the man. Him giving you money, that doesn't mean shit. That don't make him a simp because they do that.
Okay.
So-
They're gonna do
Okay,
that
here,
anyway.
hold on.
Especially
Do
if
you
they
know
got-
that women statistically want a man that makes 58% more than them? So you can say exactly like you just said, but if I lined up 90 or 100 women and we did this and we checked how many of them want a guy that makes 58% more than them, most of them
can
want
I
that.
interject though? I think that as a woman, if you already are independent and can provide for yourself, then you're not looking for a man who can provide for yourself. You're looking for
Because I
someone
can
who
do
would
that
add
already.
Okay, and
to
we've had
what
girls
you
say this
have.
1,000 times on this channel, but still statistics show y'all want a provider that makes 58% more than you. You can say that you're an exception to the rule, and that's fine. You might be an exception to the rule, but a majority of women want to. So if you're making 100K a year, you more than likely want a guy that makes 150K a year. If you're the exception, that's great, ladies. If one of y'all is the exception to the rule, that's great. But a majority, if you look at statistics, those are facts. That's not a lie.
Would you date a
That's
man
what
that
you
makes
want.
less than you?
Yes,
I have.
Yes,
I have before.
I do.
I have.
I have.
Yeah. So are y'all
would,
with
but I
any of
don't
those
want
guys
to.
still?
No.
So
Exactly.
But I
Thank
will
you very
say-
much.
It's
But
my
I will
preference.
say,
Okay.
I am pursuing.
The separation wasn't based on income.
Yeah, it definitely
The
was.
separation wasn't based on income. If that's what
I
you're
mean, the
getting at.
number
I mean,
one
it was
reason
like
why
that.
relationships end and the number one reason for divorce is financial issues. So
Well-
you could say that it's not true, but once again, statistically, it shows it might have been an exception to the rule. It might not have been for you, but majority of the time, according to statistics, it is because of finances. That's
Okay,
just
so I
that.
will say I'm pursuing trying to be a dentist. I want to be a doctor. I'm trying to get that money. However, when I get pregnant, I want to be able to sit down and make sure that my man can cover everything
That's
else.
why you want them to make more.
So, but
you
I
can
don't need him to
chill
make
whenever-
more. However, it would be very nice to sit down and not have to work for a little bit.
Right.
I want my man to be able to provide. So if he does make just a little bit more than me as a doctor, cool. He's still not gonna have my last name. I'm still Dr. Peters.
And let me make
But
something also
he ain't
clear.
make that degree.
There's nothing wrong with women wanting a provider. Okay, here's the deal: for 300,000 years, as Homo sapiens, y'all always throughout history needed a man to provide for you because if you wanted to have children, your biological drive is to have children. Okay, that is something that is hardwired inside of you. Every woman has this. Okay, so you want a provider. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to shame women for choosing a guy who makes 58% more than them. There's nothing shameful about that at all. That's biologically hardwired into you. It's just like getting married to a man who sleeps around. I'm sure y'all have met those guys that sleep around like crazy. You can't get mad at him for doing it when women are literally throwing themselves at him. He's at the end of the day, for 300,000 years, he's still a
What
man.
happens when men are throwing themselves at me?
Then
I should just say
that
no.
yeah, I mean
so every
that's
single
great.
one of them the same. Why
That's
they
great.
can't say no to
Hmm?
90% of them are 50.
So
or
so do you-
20.
so-
They don't even say no to 20%.
I'll explain to you why. So, like, men and women are completely different. Like, obviously, we're completely hardwired completely differently. So, if you have sex with one guy and you got pregnant, you're out of the market for children for 9 months. A guy can impregnate 365 women in a year. We're
So
obviously
does that
two
mean he
completely
should
different
do
things.
it?
I never said that.
Because you can.
I
you should.
never said that. We're talking about evolutionary biology right now. We're just talking about the facts. I'm not telling. I don't prescribe men to sleep around. I also don't prescribe men to cheat. There's a reason why I got a beautiful girlfriend over there. It's because I'm actually very good at relationships. Okay,
She is
so,
beautiful.
That is
so-
so sweet.
But no, I want y'all to understand, men and women are not the same. There's certain, you know, that when you turn 18, 19, you can go get on a yacht in Miami. And I would never had that opportunity as 18, 19-year-old man. For me to be able to get the yacht, I'm going to be 35-year-olds buying one. There's no way that I'm ever going to have that same opportunity. I don't get to skip line. I don't. Hold on. I don't get to skip. Hold on. I don't get to skip the line at the club. I don't get to get in the VIP for free. I don't get to do none of that stuff. That is
no security guard.
That sounds like you want to be a bad bitch.
No, that's not true at all. Men do not get those
You want to be
privileges.
a bad bitch.
Men do not get those privileges at 19 years old just because they're a fucking man. That's not true. A pretty girl gets way more than what a guy would ever get at 19, 20 years old. Y'all get all y'all's value up front at 18, 19, and usually squander it until 30 and then wonder why you're still single. And guys don't get all their value until 30, 35. And then when a guy gets his value at 30, 35, y'all get mad that he's sleeping around acting like a G, but it's like he just now got his value.
No, because he was so immature before 35. That's why I didn't want him then.
100%.
No, it's because he was. Yes, he's not attractive. Why would a man be attractive at 23 years old whenever he hasn't accomplished anything and has no value?
Has he not accomplished anything at 23?
But you can also
What do you mean? Do you know where a man hits his prime? It's not until 35.
Are you looking at statistics?
Yes, we look at statistics
all
day long.
Let's pause real quick.
It sounds like that's where we're gonna go every time.
Yeah,
Statistics.
Yeah.
Off the bounce of
It sounds like
probabilities,
we're not-
yes.
It sounds like we're not forming our own opinions. We're just
just
going off
going
the
off
statistics.
Do y'all realize that this is a podcast that is broadcasted to everybody on YouTube?
Okay,
and that
so-
means that if we're giving advice to people, wouldn't you want to give general advice to the 51% to the majority?
Everybody's life is
general people
freaking
that like we don't
different.
like
No,
off of
statistics. But statistics prove it. Like, you can sit here and argue
Everybody's
against
life is
science.
different.
But
Like,
I've never done a
you
survey.
don't even
Have
know what's
anybody
gonna
here
happen
done a
tomorrow,
survey?
and you're telling them like statistically, this is. I'm not following statistics.
You-
I don't know. I can wake
Then
up
don't
dead
be
tomorrow.
mad. Then don't be mad when you're 35 with cats and you're sad when statistics show that's what's
I
gonna
get bitches,
happen.
baby.
That's what. Just because you get losers and dorks that are broke or that fucking simp for you doesn't make them anything. They're fucking losers. Because if they were worth something, you'd want to hold them down. You'd want to you'd actually want to build with them. But they must be fucking losers. If they weren't losers, then it wouldn't be like that.
You're
What
not
are you talking
lying.
about?
How many of us? I cannot lie. I don't want to take the men's side. I promise I don't.
I understand.
But
though.
understand, if a 23-year-old man, no matter how old you are on this panel right now, if a 23-year-old man that is broke came up to you and said, "I want to marry,"
But why
you,"
would you want to
But-
date a broke person
but-
in general? You need to get your priorities
but a
straight.
35-year-old man who can pay for your meal, who is rich, comes up to you and says, "I want
never
to marry
done-
you."
I have never
Which one are
depended
you
on
going
a
to
man
do?
for
What are you
money.
gonna do?
I don't have to
It's not about the money.
rely
It's
on a
not
man
about
for
the money.
money, but like, why would you date somebody that's broke? You need to get your priorities straight.
yeah, that's
you
true.
worried
That's
about
broke.
dating me, and you ain't even got $10 in your bank account. Like, that's
Exactly, right.
stupid.
But what if
That
you got
doesn't, you wouldn't even like. Why
But
would
a 30
anybody date somebody that's broke?
But
Yeah,
a
we agree.
35-year-old
We
man
agree.
came
That's
up to
fine.
you and said,
No.
"I'm ready to marry you. I'm ready to put you in a house. I'm ready to put you in all this." You gonna go for that 35-year-old man? Are you not?
No,
Not
I'm
necessarily.
gonna go for the
No.
one who's more emotional.
I don't even think
mature.
I don't even think
Yeah.
y'all should be putting
Not
age on it
necessarily.
because
35, the numbers don't.
I'm sorry. I don't even think y'all
I
should be
need
putting
a
age
money.
Age on
to
shit.
the extent that y'all talking. It's really basically
there-
about the money.
I
So
know-
whether it's the 23-year-old with
It
money or the
is.
35.
Yeah, I
you
have
guys
a
are gonna
20.
So,
choose
I
ladies.
know a
the one
couple
with the money.
23-year-olds with money, young rich
Oh.
niggas. Like, so it's like, what are you talking about?
Ladies,
You putting an
ladies.
age on it.
Knock the
So then
age
you gonna
off and
choose
just say
him.
I'm choosing the nigga with the money.
Why would you date somebody that's broke? It just don't make sense in my
Ladies.
head.
Exactly.
So the reason why age matters, because outside of like the scammers, and let's be honest, how many of y'all date scammers? You ain't gotta raise your hand.
Scammers,
No.
drug dealers.
Let's be
Scammers,
honest.
drug dealers.
Yeah, scammers and drug dealers. Like,
Oh.
what about hold on? What about ball
Street niggas.
players? What about ball players?
Ball
There you
players,
go.
scammers.
Okay, there you go. So outside of the young dudes that actually get money early, everybody else has to work about 10 years from the time that they graduate from high school. When do you graduate high school? 18, right?
Oh, 18.
Right. So you got to work an additional about 5 years to graduate, 4 to 5 years to graduate, right? Then another 5 to 10 years to actually come into money. So $100,000 plus, right? So that's why the age, as far as men is concerned, that 35 number, that's why that number's there, because generally men have to work upwards about 15 years to actually start hitting their peak.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to dribble a ball, catch a ball, or sell some drugs,
Yeah.
or rap.
And it's different for our parents' generation. Like, my dad did amazing, because but it was easy. Like, the cost of living was way lower. The things that women wanted back then, 20, 30 years ago, compared to now with Amazon and Google and everything online and social media, the FOMO is crazy. So most guys can't keep up with providing for their woman and making them happy. It's a completely different world than it was 20, 30 years ago.
I mean, but it's a completely different world for everybody. Like the economy is shit right now.
It's
So
always been the same
everybody
for the man for thousands and thousands of years.
But the man is the
That's-
provider, so why
yeah,
is that
that
an issue
sounds like a-
now? in
Well, but I'm saying it's
2022?
harder for them to
Like,
provide now
y'all
than
built
ever.
this
It's hard.
patriarchy. The fuck?
Patriarchy.
So
Yeah,
the-
y'all
Look at
built
this
motherfucker.
misandrist
hold on,
right
hold on.
now. Look
Before,
at this.
Y'all built this
before the
motherfucking
goalpost
patriarchy,
gets
you wanna
moved,
be
before the
mad at us.
goalpost gets
Yeah,
moved,
no,
that's
that's
why
So that's
that's why
why-
the statistic matters, because the statistic is based on the average person who
But
doesn't have a
y'all
come
made
up.
this patriarchy though.
Right. So
Okay.
so real quick, I want to take a little bit of a step back a bit to something that was actually mentioned earlier today. So when we first started this conversation, I heard Future's name getting brought up whenever Sergio brought up Simping, and I heard I believe it was the end that said, "Oh, it ain't tricking if you got it." Yeah.
I did.
Now,
say
one
that.
thing I want you to keep in mind, whenever we discuss anything in this show, we actually talk in general terms about the mass of men. Most men aren't Future. Most men aren't Yo Gotti. Most men
Okay.
don't have that kind of money. So
Sure.
we're here to help most men. 90% of our viewer base are men. So whenever
Beta
you're telling
males.
guys like, "Oh, you can go
Yes,
ahead
they
and
are.
spend your money and leave with your wallet," that's not a good idea at all for men, because then that's how you get finessed.
Hey, babe, that's what I'm saying though. If you ain't got the money to date, don't date.
You
Yeah,
just said that you would
Well, no,
date
we
someone.
but we agree.
I've dated people that's broke, but like that was my choice. I don't have to date. You're not entitled to
Are
me
you
dating
going?
you.
Are you going to marry and have kids with him?
I don't want to get married and I don't want to have
Oh, that's
kids.
fine
So
then.
it's
Oh, okay.
like
That's fine then.
Yeah.
What is-
yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm
then.
just saying, like, if you don't have, it's just like saying, oh, I'm gonna go into this restaurant knowing I don't have the money to tip. Why would you do that? It's like that's the same concept for me. If you don't, your priorities are fucked up. You don't already have it. So why are you trying to chase a female knowing you're supposed to be the provider? That's been established. You are supposed to be the provider. So why would you date somebody knowing you cannot provide for them?
But did
So the
you
question
choose
is-
to go on
my
the
question
date with
is-
him?
I have, and I've paid before. It's nothing, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be mad about, like, statistically, most women want to date above, like,
Well,
But we're not here saying that
this
you
whole
should be-
table said that y'all would actually date somebody
And I
regardless
have.
of money, and my money
And
doesn't
I
matter at all.
have.
Everybody said that actually at this
and
table.
I have, and I've tricked before
I
too.
have.
Okay, so the
That's why I
question is,
said
But y'all
it's
made
not
it sound like
tricking if you
y'all
ain't got
like
it.
it. Like,
right,
y'all made it
right.
sound
Would
like
you
y'all
would
like
you do
it.
would you do it tonight?
But I go,
Yeah,
out-
you
dude,
are
dude
an
walks up in here and says,
independent
"I don't got
woman.
no money, but I want you to pay for everything." Would you do it?
No.
no, because I don't even know you.
But
like,
no.
That's saying
You know,
attractive.
hold on.
It's the
You
same
know him.
shit.
You know him. High school friend. He comes in. He's like, "Hey, I've been loved you. I've been jumping in your DM for like 10 years. You never responded. So I'm here now. I ain't got no money, but I want to take you on a date. I got
here's the-
personality."
Here's the thing: it takes two people to date. Like, if I'm not feeling you like that, why would I do that for you?
No, hold on. He has personality. He's a
It
vibe.
doesn't matter.
He's a vibe.
I
He's a
still gotta
vibe.
fuck with you though. Like that
Is he-
doesn't make
So
it.
the answer is no, though.
Is he working?
Yeah,
towards
Because
it?
what I'm hearing from
Somebody
what I'm
I
hearing
like.
you.
Because you're
No,
broke.
Well, hold on.
doesn't
What I'm
mean
hearing,
that somebody
right. What I'm
Like-
hearing from what I'm hearing from her is, look, there's a lot of things that go into me saying no, and it's not just you being broke, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What Sergio was saying is, as far as dating long term, you're not gonna date the broke guy because eventually you're gonna be tired of him being broke.
That's all I'm trying to tell
That's
you.
all he's
Like
saying.
y'all
I
can sit here and say,
it
"Oh, I'll
sounds
date the broke
no,
guy. I'll
Right,
date the broke
'cause
guy,"
that-
but it's
but
not
I-
true.
That
I did
vibe,
that
that
for a
vibe
long-
ain't vibing when
I ain't gonna
when
lie,
you
I
gotta
did it
pay
for
all
a
the
long-
time.
No, but I did it for a long time and never complained. It was other shit that made me not want to talk to him. The man was just
Like
low-key
what?
He was crazy.
Well,
He
yeah.
was crazy.
So if
Divine
he
crazy.
wasn't, hold on, if he wasn't crazy, would you still be with him?
Probably is.
As broke as he was.
Okay.
Okay, so that means that
Okay.
you're an
Maybe he got a
outlier.
little ambition.
When we're
And then,
talking,
but let's also
Yes,
bring
they have
something up.
ambition.
The
He's
reason
got
why he
ambition.
was probably crazy is because of financial insecurity. That's something that makes
Okay,
guys be
and
crazy.
So then don't
So-
date. Like,
but that's what hold on. That's what.
that's
So
not the point
it
I'm
sounds like
making.
you should be on our side because that's what we tell guys. Look, if you don't have the money, if you're not financially secure, if you're not that dude, then
shouldn't
don't
be doing
You
it.
shouldn't
Yeah.
be doing it,
Yes.
right? You shouldn't be finessing girls. But what we're telling you, all of y'all, is that you are still finessing those guys. You will still go out and date with those guys because he's a vibe.
Because he's a vibe, yeah.
Because he's a vibe,
I
right?
don't.
Okay,
Well,
so
well, hopefully
I'm not
y'all
gonna lie.
don't.
All,
So
all we're trying to
this
do
is
is hold
somebody-
both parties accountable
No, and
to their actions.
I'm gonna hold myself accountable. If I don't like you, if I know I would never like you, I'm not accepting that date. I don't care if it's free. And people have gotten on my ass about it. Like, okay, I've been trying to fuck with you. I've been trying to hit you. I've been trying to take you on a date. Why won't you say yeah? And I tell them straight up, like I've told you plenty of times, I don't want to talk to you like that. So why would I go on a date? And they'll know I'm not trying to talk to them like that, and still want me to go.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm not gonna use you.
If you have history with the dude, like he says you went to high school with him. Maybe y'all dated in high school. Maybe y'all did whatever. Like you have history with this dude, but you know right now he ain't got it. He not that dude, but he has ambition. You know he's working towards something. He's going to school for that thing that he said he's working towards.
Okay.
So are you gonna date him then? Because you know he has potential. Right now, you might not be that girl either. Maybe y'all both working towards.
I've always been that
look,
girl.
You that girl.
I've always been that girl.
But like, let's say you're not well off, he's not well off, but y'all both working towards something. Would you continue to date that dude while he's not well off?
Yes, I've done it before.
And that's something that we bring up on the show a lot.
Exactly.
There is proof that
But-
women will be with a guy with drive, and that's what
But
she's basically
yeah,
saying.
ambition.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: it's like, have you seen that Tyler Perry movie when the lady was like married to this man for
You
years?
might not need to reference no movies.
Yeah,
no
that's
You
scenarios.
talking about
No movies.
We
Not
might not
Tyler
need to
Perry.
reference
Tyler Black,
nothing. We don't
angry
need to
black woman?
reference
No,
nothing
no,
but
no.
opinions.
It's the one with Taraji P. Henson where she was dating that man for like married to this man for like 20 years. And then as like she divorced him right before he came into millions. And then like he ended up marrying another girl.
Didn't he have like HIV or something?
Yeah.
No,
fast.
that's not the movie either. That's not the movie either. That's not the movie either.
I mean, he wears a dress in all of them, so it kind of makes sense that y'all.
Yeah, she got the she
gave
built
it to the
him,
other lady.
I don't know.
and she like
I
she
think that's
he
the one
never had
Tyler
a
Perry movie I
feel
saw.
like
It was years
he
ago.
never had a job. Like literally, she was
Never.
paying for everything from like the time that they started talking. She was paying for everything, and then like right before he got his money, she divorced him, and then he gave another girl the dreams, and she ended up coming back. I want to say she either she tried to kill them or like they killed her or some shit like that.
It was on a boat. It was
She-
Taraji.
Yeah.
She fumbled her bag.
She fumbled the bag. Yeah, no.
No,
Wait,
but
wait,
like
no,
that's
hold
the
up,
same
wait,
thing that
no,
you
hold
said
up.
niggas simp
Yeah,
and
'cause
do.
we gotta back up. We gotta
You
back
said
up.
niggas simp
Cause
and
sis,
do
how
that.
you gonna say she fumbled her bag when you just told her not to date him because he broke?
But the thing is,
She was
if you,
the
she's
story
married.
was
She's married.
she
had
had
ambition.
He was broke. He had nothing but ambition. You just told her
But he
not
has
to date
ambition.
him.
He has
Told
ambition.
her not to date him.
He has ambition. However, he's working towards what he wants. And the next
But in
year,
20
the
years,
next year, he made that money. He had the ambition.
But
He
however,
made that money.
Hey, ladies,
however, you
ladies.
told her not to date him. The whole objective here was that you and Sergio and he were saying we are part of
Talk
the
more
fault
into the
because
microphone.
we are part of the fault because we are dating these guys who are not financially progressing themselves, but we're still dating them, which keeps them or prohibits them, however y'all want to put it, from financially progressing themselves. So you said don't date them. They shouldn't be dating if they're broke. So you can't come back.
That
and
was
you
me
can't
that
say,
said
"Oh,
that.
shit, I'm
She
sorry."
said
Yeah,
that.
it-
I said that.
I ain't say that.
I said
I'm
that.
sorry.
Don't date him if you broke.
Can we get a napkin, please?
But
Thank
here's
you.
my thing. I think it's just you like she fumbled the bag, but like she was the bag the whole time.
She was the bag the whole time. So
She
but
was
I just
the
don't get-
bag.
I don't get how you can say
She
how
fumbled.
you can say in the same sentence she fumbled her bag because she left when she was the bag, but then yet in the same context a minute ago we were all saying don't date him because he's not financially going where
So
he's
I'm
going.
gonna say me personally, I ain't got it, but I know what I'm working towards. And if a man want to stay with me while I ain't got it, and I'm working towards that, and now he's with me while I got that money, while I'm making that salary, he didn't fumble his bag because he stayed with me. If he let me go, and then now I'm finished with my medical school, dental school, whatever, he fumbled his bag.
Okay, so
He
then
let
I'm
me
gonna say
go.
I'm gonna say this just for this particular situation. Yes, Sergio, you're right. I'm gonna say you're entitled because you just told a woman not to do the same thing you asked the man to do for you. He should stay with me when I'm not getting my bag, and then when I get my bag, okay, good. But you just told a woman not to do the same thing.
Well, here's the
So
thing
that
that it
makes
comes down
you
to.
an
Here's my
entitled.
thing. That was
It's-
me that
That's
said
you.
that.
That
No,
But
was
no,
look,
her.
my thing is, you say a man is a simp for doing shit like that,
Yeah.
but then applauded her for doing the same shit that you just called a man a simp for.
No,
Yeah,
here's the
yeah,
bottom.
because she wasn't really getting shit out of it.
It's very easy. This is how easy it is. So sometimes you can love a man enough that the drive is enough, and sometimes you are good enough predictors that you can see his drive and you can see how good he is at wanting more, and you'll be like, I could trust it. I'm gonna double down on this guy, even though he has nothing right now. There's some women that do it. My girl's a perfect example of that. Okay, like I'm doing very fucking good. But we've had trouble in our past, and so sometimes people can make a good prediction, but it's very hard to do. I would tell y'all, I would give advice to find the provider who's already there. But is there some girls that gamble and win? Fuck yeah, there are.
100%.
But is it a majority of losses? Probably. I would say
100%.
80% of women probably fail in that scenario because y'all don't know how to find y'all don't know how to truly predict a man's future. Obviously, nobody can predict the fucking future. Anything can happen,
It's
you know?
called intuition.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
good
predict
intuition.
Is if you're
Manifest it.
approaching me
Next.
and you want to have a date,
I'm not
you want to
trying
go on
to
a date or
Mm.
you want to pursue me, you
Next.
should be financially stable and ready to go on a date.
Everybody
Yeah,
should be financially
and
stable.
you might be one of those
Exactly.
women that wants that, yeah,
That's
and like, and that's fine. But just understand, you might be passing up on the guy that might be a doctor in 8 years. You
I'm
know,
just
you
saying,
never know,
don't
and that's
approach
I
fine.
ain't got
if you're not
8 years. I
stable.
could wake up dead
I'm never
tomorrow,
gonna-
baby.
I'm never gonna disagree
Exactly.
with you.
I trust me.
Wake
I
up
agree
dead
with y'all.
tomorrow.
Like, I think that y'all should wait for the guy that's already a provider. Honestly, I try to teach girls to do that. I try to teach girls to go to networking events and charity events because there's already successful guys that are already made there to go and work under a lawyer, go work under a doctor, whatever it is that you want to be with. If you want to be with a doctor, go into your career because you're going to see a lot of doctors. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going
If
to
you-
dental school. I want a med school student.
Exactly. See, so she's doing it right. And then also go to networking events, go to charity events. That's how you find guys that are already made if that's what y'all want. You know, if you don't want to do a build a man. If you but that's up to you.
Hey.
If you want to build
I
a
ain't
band,
building
you can
Too
build a
shit.
man.
old for a building.
I ain't building
You don't like Bob
shit.
the Builder? You don't want to Bob the Builder?
Absolutely not.
All right, here, let me go to a new question now, though. Would y'all go down in lifestyle to have a family? I know this isn't
No.
as effective for you because, yeah, you don't want a family.
No.
But no,
You're
would you
building
go?
a legacy. No.
So what I'm saying is, like, y'all have a certain
Lifestyle.
lifestyle right now. Like, y'all might have like you're able to go out and spend a certain amount of money. You have a certain kind of car, whatever it is. Would you go down from that to have a family?
No.
Because obviously, right now, y'all could have a family with $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year, but you would have to come down in lifestyle, not go out to eat as much, not less family or cheaper family vacations, driving instead of flying, stuff like that. Would you go down in lifestyle, but to be able to have a family?
Start on that side.
Well, she already went, so we got to go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. That's a hard question because I think it
I really feel like it should be
does.
easy. A hard no.
because it depends on the person. If you see somebody's drive, like we down right now, but god dang, we gonna come up in a few years.
Well, we're gonna just
But
say that this person's gonna stay.
This is him.
Let's say he's
Okay,
staying
yeah,
at.
I'm sorry.
Like, you're gonna get to be a stay-at-home mom, but your husband makes 60, 70K a year, and y'all are gonna be like a regular
But
family.
that's like his.
No.
Yeah.
That's
So
where we
no,
at.
no,
Yeah.
no.
I like to stay
Would
at
you?
home, mom.
Go down lifestyle for a family? Would you?
Go down in lifestyle in what way?
To
Like, you
like-
can already pay for all your shit right now,
Yeah.
but you making this family is gonna make it harder for you. So all the shit that you
If
can
I-
do now, you can't do it no
The
more.
goal-
like if y'all are in BMWs, y'all got to get Hondas next year to be
Oh,
able to make this
no.
happen.
No.
That's what I
That
mean
don't
by go
even
down
make
in
sense.
lifestyle.
That don't even make sense.
No,
So-
because
I gotta get a
Yeah, but
regular ass car.
it's just
You
no.
gotta get a
Yeah.
Honda.
A regular ass
and you gonna
car?
have
No.
some kids
It's a
on it.
polarizing question. It's meant to make y'all choose one way or the other. Would you?
No.
No, you
And
want to go down
I'm not even
lifestyle?
gonna say it for the
Okay.
material aspect of it. I'm just not financially failing a child on purpose. Like,
Right,
no.
right.
No,
that-
that don't
Yeah.
even
You
for
wouldn't?
sure.
No. Well, the reason why I like to ask, well, this is a new question, but the reason why I want to ask this question, ladies, is because so what happens is y'all get to 30, 35, 40, and statistically, I know y'all hate statistics, but it statistically shows that the number one thing that makes a woman happy in the later years is a family and kids. And I mean, think about it. If you were a 70, 80-year-old woman and y'all had a family reunion and you look around and you see 30 grandchildren that all came because of you, it's a very fulfilling, amazing feeling. So that's why I asked, would you give up your lifestyle? And this is the problem today for a lot of women. Like especially when men can give y'all really awesome lifestyles. I know what y'all are. Y'all know what I'm talking about. How like you can go and have the fun, like be riding in nice cars, going to the cool places, like traveling all the time. It's really hard to downgrade from that. But your mothers and grandmothers could have easily downgraded because they were happy with such simple things. But today's day and age,
Didn't
women
have
want
those
way more.
technologies.
Huh?
Hey,
They didn't have
There's
those
just too-
I
technologies.
don't
there's
know
just too
about
much.
nobody else, but my mama always been bougie, and I love that for her. Like
Period.
she would never downgrade her. She didn't downgrade her lifestyle by having kids. She just got more lit with a
Period.
couple little minions running behind her. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, that's fine. Focusing on vanity is fine if you want to, I guess.
That's focusing on vanity because she's able to get nice things.
Being bougie.
Hold on, let's get into this
Like, I'm
conversation
just- yeah.
because that does
Wait, why
not
do you
mean
feel
that you're
bougie is
focusing
bad?
on vanity.
Well, yeah, because I'm just saying bougie is
No.
vanity. That's worrying about surface level thing. It's worrying about like the outside
Bougie
appearance
can
of
be
yourself.
a multitude of things. Like
Yeah.
in my
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you can go to fancy restaurants. That's bougie. Yeah.
that's not what we're
No,
referencing.
that's
though.
not what we
It's a
talking about.
lifestyle.
It's a
It's
lifestyle.
mentality. It's
Like,
how you raise your family.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
how
go
you
into
go
detail.
about life.
It's more like
how
a-
you treat people.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like having what is those things called where the cotillions and shit. Like that's more
Mhm.
like the
The
bougie we talk
balls.
about. Like people that, come from a different lifestyle are like very prim and proper and stuff. That's what mean when I say bougie. She's never been one of them people to like she cares about her things. She takes care of what she does. She's one of those people, not bougie as in I gotta get the nicest bag or nothing
So
like that.
basically-
It's
It
she
just sounds
takes
like
care-
normal to me.
No,
Then
just
I don't even know
there's
why
a
we're using the word
difference
bougie.
between
That just
bougie
sounds
and
normal.
materialistic is what she's basically.
Yeah.
You think a normal person dresses up and goes to a cotillion?
No. I'm just saying like being normal is being proper. Like she said, being proper. Like yeah, isn't everybody just trying to be proper? Isn't everybody just trying to
Not
be like that? Like I'm
everybody-
confused.
Not
Not
everybody's
everybody down for that.
not about
no.
everybody's bougie.
Well,
lot of-
I
a
really
lot of
hope that people
people-
all strive for that and not put a name like bougie on it because bougie kind of was in a song. A bitch is bad and bougie.
No,
It's
we're
more
not
Pushing
gonna
up stuff with the-
reference
Migos.
I'm just saying, like y'all are
Don't
using.
reference no
like,
song.
there might be a better
even
term. On
even
my-
in that song, it's a flex. It's not like it's a bad thing.
Don't reference them songs.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
I'm
reference
just saying.
songs.
We're gonna take them out of context.
I'm not even gonna argue this one. I just think maybe there's a better word to use, but whatever. I want to know now who's more romantic, men or women?
Women.
I'm not a romantic person, but I will say women.
Women.
Women are
Man, I disagree. I mean, I don't have anything.
When men do the romance, it be feeling real good.
It does,
I think-
but women do.
I think.
One
okay.
mic,
So
one mic.
I'm gonna say
Check.
I think the difference in our answers is that y'all are probably just like generally speaking, but I think when a man actually taps into his romanticism, a man is way more romantic.
he
than
goes
I
a
agree with
woman.
her. I
He
agree with
just
her
has to
completely.
tap
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
think
guess-
about how many guys are simps, guys. Like, think about how many guys will do some crazy shit, like flowers on the bed, all the stupid shit. Like, think about it.
My
Like,
thing is, I think I was thinking of the context of the question is who wants romantic shit more, and it's always women.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of when you said who's more romantic, who wants it more.
yeah,
Men don't-
definitely women want it more.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that
What's
for
that?
sure.
Well,
That makes
yeah,
us
like a
more
man, if
romantic
he
then.
knows what he wants, if he knows his woman wants certain things, he's gonna be romantic. He's gonna do everything he wants for her. but
Sometimes, yeah, I don't know.
It depends on the man.
Yeah, it depends on the
doesn't-
guy,
it
yeah.
doesn't depend on the man.
Now I want to know: do you think people focus too much on vanity more than taking care of themselves financially today? Vanity, obviously taking care of themselves physically. Do you think people are caring more about how they physically look than their finances?
Yes.
Y'all gonna hate me for this answer, but I feel like people should care more about vanity only because when you feel good, look good, you feel good. Like
You're right,
it's
yeah.
clinically proven. Like it's like when people when women don't have their hair done and you be depressed as fuck. Like I don't want to go out. I don't want to do nothing. Don't talk to me. I'm pissed off. My hair not done. And then as soon as they get their hair done, it's like, oh, I want to go outside. Let's go do stuff. It's like if you look good, you feel good. So why shouldn't you want to do the self-care? And it going through a routine of self-care makes you feel better about yourself mentally too.
Yeah,
because you're taking care of yourself.
I honestly agree with that one. That was a good answer. What about
do
you?
want to say people focus on vanity because somebody's gonna save up 2 checks or 3 checks to get themselves a Louis.
Oh, don't
so
do
they
that.
can flex on somebody.
Oh, don't do that.
They not.
But
they
guys
not
do
working on
that.
themselves.
She's speaking more about men that are
I
stupid
am
and do
speaking
that.
more about men.
Yeah.
But for women, yeah, of course, you're gonna get your nails done. I don't feel
Because
right.
that's
I'm
how
not
you are
going
gonna
outside.
leverage to get the best
For
man
sure.
possibly too.
100%.
Yeah. What about you? Do you think people focus too much on vanity versus financial today? Taking care of themselves
Absolutely.
financially. You do?
Yeah, it's more about the Instagram.
Yeah.
The flex.
What,
And I feel that.
what do you think? Do you think people care more about vanity than their own financial security?
Absolutely, I do, and
That's why I
I'm
got
gonna
them
have to
PPPs.
say something about what you said, Alexis, because it's like that's a statement that I agree with the statement, but I feel like the statement has kind of taken us to a place we actually shouldn't be, because financially, I might not be the best looking on the outside, but financially, as long as I'm equipped, if something happens with my health, I can go fix that. But you done got your hair done. I'm just saying, not saying you particularly, but have your finances straight before you try to have your vanity
That's
fixed.
what I was gonna
Because
throw in there, too.
if
You
if
can't
really physically something is to happen to you internally, you need to have your finances right to fix that shit.
Right.
Your
Those
hair
hard
being
shoes
done
can't do
ain't gonna
that.
fix cancer.
You can't.
You
be
got
the
financially,
can't
you need to
focus
be
on
able to
vanity.
take
You
better
don't
care
Yeah.
of you internally. than external.
Right.
Yeah. No.
And I feel what y'all saying. I'm not saying like what she was saying. I'm not saying you spend your last check to go get a Louis V. That's dumb as fuck.
dumb.
Nobody should do that. But like, there's people out here that just go out 24/7, just drink, just be in the clubs all day.
Liver
Won't even
fucked
go
up.
get up and go get in the gym,
Niggas
work
won't
out a
even
little
go
bit.
to the
Like, you know what I'm
doctor.
saying? People should care more about vanity, physical appearance, like taking
Right.
care of your body. Like, even if you just there's people that literally will wake up and not even put lotion on their damn body. And that's
No, but they got the
won't
newest
moisturize.
shit.
And I'm not
Confused.
Sergio.
But like
Hey, my
like,
girl
yo,
just got me some hand cream
but-
though. I'm
that's
good.
what
She
I'm
just got me
saying.
some for
But-
Christmas.
But financially, if you want to, you can go to Walmart and buy the whole goddamn aloe lotion if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
100%.
Because you looked at life from a different aspect.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying the statement is wrong. All I'm saying is we as people, we do sometimes take that statement out of context. That don't mean do more for yourself externally than internally. Financially,
It's
you need to be
not my
able
fault
to.
how people take my statement.
Mhm.
I can't tell you not to take my statement out of context. I never told you to put vanity above
I said
finances. I'm
we
just saying
sometimes.
people should care just a little bit, but more about
It's like
self-care
51%
nowadays.
for her. She's like 51% vanity, 49% financial. Like
Yeah.
it's
And
very
even.
close for her.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you think people focus too much on vanity and neglect their financial?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The reason why I like to bring this up is because, like, I truly believe the reason why the world is how it is today is because of vanity. All the guys are fucking insecure as hell. They're financially insecure, so they go to the gym because they're not going to be able to get girls because they're so broke now. So they're going to go to the gym because if they
Yeah.
get the big shoulders and stuff, they can still fuck at least. They're still going to get girls still. So
I ain't gonna
guys,
lie.
so
I
need-
don't like the gym body. That's so nasty.
Shout
well,
out to
yeah,
JR.
like
but
that's
yeah, shout out to
You
JR.
don't like
But
the
yeah,
gym
so like
body?
some guys are doing that, and then
Super
women though, like y'all are focusing so much on vanity. Think about the women that have to get their ass done, their tits done, get their face done over and over again. You know,
And I
like
mean,
that's
that's-
just it's all messed up.
That's
been happening
insecurity
for
in
years.
itself.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Well,
a
it's
whole
all
different-
insecure. Everybody's so insecure that you focus on vanity, but
I
in
just
reality,
feel like-
if we focused on finances, everybody would be in better
I just
situations
feel
where they
like-
could have families. Go ahead.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
focus on
that's
vanity
facts.
or finances if we really keeping it a buck. It should be how you treat people, like your communications with other people, how you deal with people.
I wish people didn't judge you for finances and vanity, but because they judge you so hard off of those things, and first impressions matter so much in this world, you have to focus on those things.
I don't.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
You
hold
gonna
on,
take
hold on.
whatever me I give you. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. If you
Okay,
don't like me, you don't like me. I'm not your cup of tea.
Go ahead,
Right.
Sika.
I will find somebody
So-
that does like me.
This is
That's
why.
true,
So
too.
I don't like I hear where you're coming from when you say you got to be focused on how you treat people, but you treat people best when you're financially secure.
100%.
Yes,
All
that's
of
very
the
true.
best
niggas
philanthropists
will
are
be
billionaires, millionaires. All the people who have. If you go outside to the children's hospital, those weren't broke dudes who made that up. So all the people who benefit society the most are people who have money. So you do have to focus on finances first so that you can help everybody best. Now, what I think you're trying to communicate is that you have to focus on your character when you get the money.
No, not even.
Okay, so
because
if you're not.
there's
I
it's
gotta,
people that's the brokest people in the world. There's homeless people I will see split whatever they get from somebody that's handing them shit out on the street. They'll go back and split it with their community. That's what I'm talking
right,
about.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Just
but
having
you-
a good
but hold on,
character
hold
in
on.
general. That's what
you
we
just
should be
you just
worried
made my
about.
point, because in the homeless, if you go outside to the bridge, that population over there, everybody that has money, or not money, that has food and whatever that they're splitting, that's a form of currency for them. That's a form of that's something that they have to give out. So you have to focus on having something to give out for you to be able to do something for the other person.
Not
If you don't have
necessarily.
clothes on your body, if you don't have food in your stomach, if you don't have a car to drive, if you don't have any of those things, then you're not going to be able to provide for the next person. It's just like when you go on an airplane and they say the first thing you got to do if we're going down is secure who?
Your baby.
Wrong. Yourself.
Yeah.
Yourself. Look at you.
Yeah.
See,
gotta
everybody
secure
dying.
yourself.
She's not a pilot. She's a dentist. But you, you see what I'm saying? No, you got to secure yourself first so that you can secure everybody else. You were just talking about your mom. I bet you had a pretty decent lifestyle because she secured herself first.
Yes. And that's what objectivism teaches, is that a little bit of selfishness is actually a good thing. Like, you got to be a little bit selfish for you to be able to take care of other people and change the world and do all that type of shit. For the next question,
Hold on. I'm sorry, Sergio. 'cause
yeah.
I wanted to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I can see Alexis is still uneasy with how they end.
I don't
I
care.
just want to say something. So I think the only difference with that conversation we was just having is the men perspective versus the women perspective. One thing you have to learn to do is understand people. Men are physical and financial beings.
Heck.
That's them. I feel like y'all was saying, a man shouldn't date unless he's because a man is not fully a man. He's never going to give you his 100% full if he's not financially stable. Women are emotional beings. We care more about how we treat people and how people treat us. And I feel like as an emotional being, I wouldn't date a man who's not financially where he wants to be because he's not going to treat me well, and I'm an emotional being. So I think the only difference between why your conversation was so much more different than theirs is that men are physical, financial beings, and we are emotional. We care more about how we treat y'all than how much money we got to give y'all.
Yeah, that was a really good, like, yeah, you put it into like a really quick way for sure. Now I want to know though, would you say the bar is higher to make a girl happy today financially than it was in the past? We'll start on this end actually, so we can change it up a little bit. But yeah, so would you say the bar is higher to make a girl happy today financially compared to the past?
Probably because of inflation.
Well, besides inflation, do you think it's just like it's just harder? Like
I
girls
guess
want more. Do you
also because of social media. There
yeah,
was no social
FOMO,
media.
FOMO of
So
comparing lives.
you seeing these people getting all these gifts for Christmas and Valentine's
You're like,
Day.
why is my man not giving me this?
Right.
Yeah,
Where my
yeah.
flowers? Like,
It definitely makes it a little harder. So, do you think the bar's higher for to make a girl happy today financially? Yeah. Do you think the bar's higher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I be looking at P Diddy giving Carisha all these gifts.
So yeah, that bar's
Yes,
high, huh?
100%.
Is the bar higher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that one. The bar is definitely higher.
I feel bad for the guys of today compared to our grandfathers. You know, like it was so easy for them. I feel like just bring flowers. You know.
I mean,
But I do
But-
accept flowers.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Flowers with
come
the
home
$100
one day.
bills.
It's the FOMO and seeing and comparing lives. Like it's so easy to compare your lives to even your girlfriends. Like it's not even just the rich people. Like sometimes you just see your girlfriend get something nice and your man got something that's like a quarter of the price of that or something. And you're just like, why the hell, man? Like why the
I
fuck?
mean,
You don't think they was comparing gifts back then?
Not nearly as hard because they weren't posting on Instagram for everybody to see right afterwards. Because the only way you would have got known back then was like calling your homegirl and be like, oh my god, he got me this, you know, and like, but yeah, there was definitely bragging, obviously, but instead of like a picture throwing it in
you
your
had to
face,
see it in person.
yeah, I gotta see it like that. That shit burns, you know what I'm saying? It's way different.
It's just what you focus on. Like I don't focus on materialistic shit like that. That's just not a
You're not a
thing that-
materialistic person.
No, I'm not at all. Like not even in the slightest. I really don't like jewelry. If you notice, like I don't have shit on. Like I'm not one of them people that care about shit like that. So like it would never burn me to see my friend get this gift, and me be like, oh, why is my nigga not doing that? I don't need a nigga to do that for me. I can go get that shit myself.
Yeah.
Like that's like I just don't get why we focus on materialistic shit. Like
I said, it's just hardwired, and I don't hate women for it. I think it's a great, like, it's called hypergamy. Like women always need to go towards the best person that they can. It's an actual thing. Like, and that's nothing wrong with it. I think it's a good thing in nature. Like, if there was no hypergamy, then y'all would end up with the shitty person all the time, and your children would fucking end up dying and stuff like that. So it's a very good natural thing for y'all to always try to go up to a better man. I think it's good. It's not bad at all. There's nothing to feel guilty about. Can we do the 3 super chats really quick just so I can catch up on those? And anybody else, if y'all want to send anything in, you know. Michael Meatroke with $1. Thank you, bro, making a hill on
Hey,
us.
turn on Mike.
Throw them pennies. $10 from Gus. If you knew that the saddest demographic of people in the West is 40-plus-year-old women making 50 to 100K a year, no kids, family, menopause can begin as early as 40. That's 0 on 100 times more, and so 100 times more emotional. Would you make this life decision?
different life.
God.
What life
Yeah.
decision?
So
I have
it's so hard to read that.
I have
No.
a family member who had her first child in her 40s,
I heard
and she
that.
is very happy. She is very she's successful. She is satisfied with her life, and she is very happy that she had her child. That is a very big risk.
Just
Yeah.
remember,
Here's
it's
my
a
thing.
very
It's a
big. That's
risk.
geriatric pregnancy. It's
Here's
very
my
dangerous.
thing. Y'all tell men to sow their wild oats in their younger days, but don't tell women to do the same.
No, I'm not
What's
telling
crazy is
guys to
when
sow
men-
their oats early
when
in their
men
life
get
at all.
older,
No.
Their sperm also goes down. Like it's like
Yeah.
for abnormalities and
Thank you.
Down syndrome and all.
Yeah, no, I completely. So a lot of the
Y'all
guys in
gotta
this
think
space
about
like to
that.
be
Health
stupid
risk.
and wait till 40, 45. Yeah, I think that's dumb. Like I don't think guys should be
There's
waiting
just as many
either.
health
It's
risks.
it's healthier for
But-
both people to do it earlier. I
Right.
agree with you completely. Yeah. But what was the next one?
Yeah.
Michael again with the $1. Thank
Yeah.
you, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Michael.
So now, would you rather be with a shooter or a fighter?
Shoot the motherfucker. What you mean? What is
No, I need him to know how to fight first.
You need him not to
'Cause
fight
if you
first.
don't know how to shoot,
Then they're
if
gonna
you
take
don't
your
know how
gun
to
from
fight-
you.
Right. He can take your gun easily.
What about you? A
in
shooter or a
vain.
fighter?
A fighter.
A fighter? Shooter or a fighter?
A fighter. You can pick up. Anybody can pick up a gun.
Okay.
Right.
Shooter or fighter?
100% a fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shooter or fighter?
Hey, shooter.
Yeah, y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how many big buff dudes fucking die to guns a year. Shit.
So
shit.
bang bang, skeet skeet.
Look,
All right.
Shout out to
I'm
JR.
worried about him being a fighter and the other nigga shooter. No, I need a shooter too.
All right. So now I need to know: can you overlook creepy vibes if the guy is hot?
No.
If the guy is hot.
Absolutely
If he's
not.
hot.
We know
Absolutely
what
not.
what a creep
No.
is.
No.
One mic, ladies.
No.
No.
No. All around the table. Fuck no. If you're,
Hey.
if you're creepy.
So men, stop being creepy.
Sergio,
you're
Yeah.
before we
so
go to the
upset.
next question, ladies, one mic at a time.
Yeah.
We're gonna go around in order as we done all show.
Yeah, we gotta go around every time, or else it clips on the mics. Why do women not care about a man's savings? We'll start this side.
Who said that?
No, oh, God, who said that?
I guess I did this question wrong. How was I supposed to say this?
You're asking us.
Or do you care about a man's savings? That's how I
do.
should have asked. You do? Do you care about man's
Yeah.
savings? Do you care about man's savings?
Yes.
Do you care about his
Yes.
savings? Do you care?
It goes back to the why are you dating if you're
Do,
broke?
do y'all know what a 401k is? Just making
Yes.
sure.
I have
All right.
one.
All right, good. Just making
Same.
sure. Now I want to know: do you consider yourself good at social skills? Sometimes.
And
That's a
now she
whisper.
whispered
I'm not
it.
really-
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm a social butterfly.
You know.
I'm on this podcast. I
Yeah.
know.
My socialism depends on like
The people.
my environment. Like
Did you
if-
say your
if-
socialism?
Yeah, I know that's not the right word, but like how social I'm gonna be my social media
What?
meter. I should have said. I should have said my social meter depends on like the environment.
Okay, that makes sense. No, I just think women have insanely higher social skills than men. Like
Mm.
insanely higher. Do men or women get over breakups faster? We'll start on this end again.
I get over breakup fast.
You
I
do?
do too.
I don't know
Do you?
about the man or the next woman.
I think men do.
You think men do?
They definitely.
But tell me anecdotally, like, is it you or him usually that gets over it faster in your own personal life?
Me.
You? Okay.
I get over it fast.
You get over it faster?
Women.
You get over it?
I get over it really
Wait,
quick.
Y'all want to hear why? So like you know how like back in the day like Genghis Khan like would be going and like destroying villages and shit and like fucking his people would pillage and just killing all
Wait,
the
do
men
y'all
and
know who
stuff like
Genghis
that.
Khan is?
Yes,
Yeah.
I eat at Genghis
They got
Grill.
history lessons in school.
I was just making sure.
She knows. But so when they would be going and raiding those villages and stuff like that, women had to have an imperative to if their husband died right there in front of them. It was biologically better for them to get over it very quickly and go and take the warrior that just killed him and basically get over the emotional attachment and just go to that next guy because you would die if you didn't do it. It was a survival technique. So women for thousands of years, it's really easy for y'all to break up and not care about anything because that's what y'all needed to kind of do sometimes back in the day. It was just you had to. So y'all are just better at it than guys.
That's
Okay. So on that
interesting.
note, then I want to change my answer because I maybe took that out of context. I was thinking like who moves on faster, and I
Yeah.
said men.
Yeah.
But as far as like okay, who gets over it
Yeah.
faster? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's just hardwired. So what 3 things do you prioritize the most in your life? We'll start at this end again.
I think you got to give everybody
my
some time to think for that.
happiness.
Your happiness is number 1.
Yeah, my happiness is number one.
Yeah, never mind. Just keep going.
Number 2 would be my son, and then
Yeah.
money.
Money.
I
Okay.
need some money.
Okay. What about you?
I'm gonna
Top
say
3 priorities.
relationships is one.
Okay.
Let's see. Relationships is 1. Health is 2. And finances is 3rd.
3rd. Okay.
I would say my family is one. I'm so family oriented. My career and relationships.
Relationships.
Platonic and romantic.
Okay. What about you? What do you prioritize the most?
I'm going to say God, number 1.
Hey, let's go.
Number 2 is going to be my family. I'm going to put my brothers, my sisters, my mother, my father, everything before myself. I'm going to say that. and then me.
Okay.
Every facet about me, my finances, my career, everything, I'm gonna end up coming last.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay. So I would say my mental health, my family, and then honestly, that's really all I care about. I ain't gonna say.
There's not a lot higher than that.
Nah.
And
my
when
family,
I
my
say
mental-
relationships, I do lump everything as a relationship. Family is a relationship.
Yeah, that's just one of the many ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do y'all think men should be prioritizing? We'll just say one thing. What's the number one thing you think men should be prioritizing?
Themselves.
Themselves.
Yeah, like prioritize your mental health. Like you can't. I feel like you can't date someone if you're not good.
So mental health, if
Yeah.
anything, more than
Yeah.
anything. What about you?
Your religion, your God. You need to prioritize that.
Spirituality.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would agree with you and say spirituality, but also yourself. You know, self-care matters as a man.
Yeah,
as
it's kind of
well.
like the mental health, like
Yes,
what she
yes.
said. So
Yeah,
like
too many-
spirituality or mental health.
Yes.
What about you?
Stability.
Stability. Okay.
Yeah, stability and your mental health.
And mental health.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna agree with the stability side of those things, not the mental health as
I
much.
say mental
Sergio,
health because there's too many men
yes,
dying from
they-
suicide.
And I completely
Right.
agree, but like the problem is today is we're making men more emotional by telling them to be emotional, and it's an extremely
What's wrong
dangerous
with
thing
being
because
emotional?
men that are
But we don't
emotional
need
is
to
dangerous.
be
That's how
emotional.
that's how they kill themselves. That's how school shooters
very
happen.
true.
So we got to be
Yeah.
very careful about how we tell men to be emotional. We need to tell them if you do like how to
Manage
do it
your
correctly.
emotions. I'm not telling you just be
Yeah.
wildly,
Right.
recklessly emotional. I'm saying, but like you
Just
need to
know
be
when
tap
you're
in.
sad, when you're mad.
If you
One
know what
mic.
your emotions are, you know what's gonna trigger you. Then you can work around the triggers. You
That-
can.
They're just not wired the same way that we are. Men are not wired the same way to have them to keep channeling to all these emotions because they don't know how to actually deal with those things, and that's why they go
Okay, so
crazy.
That's
teach
why
them
they go
to deal with
crazy.
the
Mental health
things. What
issues.
you
But this is
mean?
why.
This is go to
Yeah,
therapy.
women
is
are
why I
women
wanna
are
be
men.
Hey,
Hey, pause the show. Pause the show.
Go to therapy.
Real quick. Yo, I ain't trying to be a dick, but we asked you ladies one mic at a time. Can we get an agreement from that?
Yeah.
Sure.
One mic,
All
everybody.
right, cool.
Sergio.
Yeah. So all I gotta say, guys, is don't y'all don't want a guy to prioritize his emotional health at all because he's gonna think like when you sit there and you give that up, you're just getting them to want to be more in that emotion. When, like she said, we're not meant to be in that little area of our brain. It's just not meant. We need to figure out problems as quick as possible and solve them, and not sit there and dwell on them. And that's the biggest thing. Like if y'all want it to like be the right, I always say that a woman, y'all's emotional y'all's emotions are like waves, and the guy's supposed to be a rock on the side of the ocean. Shout out to Jay Waller about this quote. But a man should be a stoic rock on the side of the ocean, and a woman's emotional waves should go over him. He should never be the one that's emotional going over you or anything like that. It's just not meant to be.
I'm gonna start right
I can
here.
agree to that,
point.
Sergio.
I like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whenever you're asking the questions, I just want to ask you just a little favor.
Yeah.
Answer the question as well, because I mean we got 5 women here and all 5 women's opinions. It's
Yeah.
important that you actually speak to. So we can go back to the last question of the 3 things that you prioritize. I would like the women to hear from a man's perspective.
I wanted to give y'all one, but the problem is that y'all gave really good like it's out of context. So the reason why I was asking that question originally is because I like to say there's a pyramid of priority. So there's a pyramid of priority for men, and there's a pyramid of priority for women. For a women's pyramid of priority, I say that y'all need to prioritize. Now, once again, you don't want to get married and stuff like that, so you don't need to worry about this. Like, y'all still gave great answers. I'm not trying to go against any of y'all's answers because they were really good. But basically, at y'all's top should be if you want a relationship, if you want marriage, it needs to be beauty. That's what gets you in the door. That's what the tip of the pyramid is. So if you're a beautiful girl, that's how when you're 21, 22, you end up getting with a millionaire or something like that. It's because your beauty leveraged you into that house or into that guy's life. Right under that is your loyalty, how loyal you are and how complimentary you are to the man. So because that's all men care about for thousands of years. We couldn't tell if the baby was ours if you slept around or not. So because of that, loyalty is absolutely massive to a man. And then same with complimentary. How complimentary are you to him? Now, y'all don't all have to prioritize this because, like I said, like she doesn't even want a relationship or anything. But if you do want a relationship, honestly, you need to prioritize your beauty at the top to get the best guy. And then as soon as you get him, to lock him in after you fuck him or after y'all have gone on a few dates, you need to be super loyal. and you prove that by not having a bunch of guys DMing you on Instagram, not having a bunch of fucking DMs and shit, and just
You
know.
can't
So,
help
I
who
can't
DMs
help
you.
that. Wait,
I
wait.
can't help who DMs me. I'm sorry.
Can I
Yeah.
interject?
yeah, go ahead.
So we prioritizing beauty. We all know that fades. What keeps that nigga from cheating on you then?
Right.
Here, I'll
Men
give you
are
a perfect
very-
example why beauty is such a big deal, though, is because a guy will, whatever a guy, like, say, perfect
Yeah.
example, like my girlfriend's 23 and I'm 31. So they always say that whatever a guy sees, like, whatever age I met her when she was 21, whatever age the person is whenever you first meet them, a guy will see them like that for the rest of his life. And I totally agree with that. Like, I still think she's just as beautiful as the first time I met her 2 years ago. And I truly believe that, like, that's why beauty is such a big deal. Like, because your man isn't going to remember you, or like when you're 35 and you're wrinkly and stuff like that, he's going to always remember you as that 22-year-old that he first met. You're always going to be just as beautiful as that one time. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not every guy. I'm not going to sit here and say every guy's like that, but
'Cause I'm
that's what I
like,
truly believe.
Most of these sugar daddies is married to their wives that are old and wrinkly.
But
and
you
they're
don't
out
want
there
them,
looking
though.
For the
But them-
21-year.
Then why are
I'm
you
just saying. So
mixed
why?
together?
I'm just saying it doesn't. Your beauty doesn't stop a man from cheating. Beyonce got cheated on.
Yeah. Well, so that's another thing we like to talk about. High value men cheat, guys. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's just the truth. Like, and I'm not saying that they're actual valuable men. It's just guys that have a lot of money or have a lot of options because they're 6 foot tall or they got a big dick or whatever it is. Yeah, you're gonna compete, and like, you just shouldn't choose those guys if you don't want that type of life, you know. But there's a lot of guys that do that, and you can't stop them from doing it. You know, that's just reality.
So I should go with the nigga with no money.
No, you should really.
I'm trying to figure it out.
So this is why
No,
I truly feel sorry for y'all, man. I feel sorry for men too, because I believe only 10% of people are even fucking worth it today. Like, they're even worth relationships, because most guys aren't. If they have a lot of money, they're gonna cheat and do stupid shit, or they're too broke and they don't have nothing. It's really hard to find that unicorn, is what I call it. And I say that women have to, like, guys, I like to teach guys, you have to talk to 10,000 girls for you to find one unicorn. I definitely talked to at least 10,000 girls before I found my one unicorn. And so I definitely think that that's what guys have to do. And what do y'all have to do? Since guys pursue y'all have to filter 10,000 DMs of shitty dudes. Y'all have to filter 10,000 guys before you find one unicorn. And that sucks. Like, I feel bad for y'all.
Yeah,
That's a lot of DMing. That's a lot of bullshit. You know, that's like a lot of guys that you got to filter. But that's just the truth today, because most people are shit. It's just a fact. I'm sorry. But I'll go ahead and do the guys' pyramid of priority, just so y'all understand that too. The guy's pyramid priority is finances, obviously, provisioning. He needs to prove that he's provider at the top. That's how he gets in the door. That's why guys peacock. That's why they wear Gucci and Louis and stuff. They're trying to look like they have money, but really they drive some shitty car or something, you know. But they're peacocking. That's all because they know that how they get in the door with women is their provisioning. That's what gets them in the door. Right under that, they have to have really good social skills, and that's how they're able to lock a girl in. When a girl sees that he has a big group of men he's a part of, or a good family, some type of community, or his ability to speak and his ability to relate to other people, that's what makes y'all like, oh, he's a safe bet. Because then even if he dies, you know, you and your kid will still be taken care of in the long run because of his communal skills. And that's just that's what I like to teach men and women as their priorities that they need to focus on, I guess you could say. If you're trying to date, people that aren't trying to date, you don't gotta worry about any of this shit. I want to know what makes you respect the man. We'll start on this side again.
If he's respectful to me,
If he's respectful to you,
yeah,
okay,
and to other people.
okay. What about you?
Upbringing.
Upbringing. So if he just had a good upbringing, you would or
No, that's me. You said what makes me respect
Yeah.
a man. I was just brought up to
Oh, you're
respect
just-
people in general.
okay,
No, that don't mean you get to keep it. It's easy to get it, but that don't mean you get to keep it.
okay. I want to know, like, what does a guy do that would make you respect him more, though? Is there something that he can do that would make you respect him more? Kind of like her answer,
Stand on his word.
staying on his word. Okay.
To
What
me,
makes you respect
it's
a man
how
more?
he treats his family.
How he treats his family.
mom.
Okay. What makes you respect a
I
man?
was about to say, how do you treat your mom?
That's a big deal. Okay. What makes you respect a man?
Being trustworthy.
Being trustworthy.
If you tell me something, I expect that's what you're gonna do, or I expect that to be done. But if you like say, if there's people that'll say some things and don't really mean it, I can't. I don't respect you after that.
Yeah.
Stand on your business. Stand
Yeah.
10 toes behind whatever you say.
No, I agree with that.
Hey, Sergio, I got a follow-up question regarding that.
Yeah, go.
Real quick, I have two things. I want to go around the table. My first question to each one of y'all: did y'all grow up in a single parent or both parent
Or
household?
dual parent. Yeah. We'll start on you.
I mean, I didn't grow up with my mom and dad, but I did grow up in a 2-parent household.
Okay. What about you?
I started off with a young single mother. Shout out Miss Tiffany. And then she got married. So then I grew up in a two-parent household.
Okay.
Shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out
Same
to Tiff.
My mom got remarried when I was 7. So,
So
you know, I
two-parent.
saw her.
Yeah,
Yeah, as a single
Mostly
mom
two-parent.
and then two-parent.
What about you?
Cool.
Two.
Just my mama.
Okay.
Perfect.
So almost everybody.
Cool. I got another follow-up question regarding that, tailored to the last one that you asked, Sergio. So I heard a couple of times y'all were saying how a man treats his mother. That's how you would give him more respect.
Mhm.
With that, let's say the roles are flipped. Let's say a person didn't grow up with a father figure. Is that going to be fair to say how a woman treats her father, or if she never had that male figure in her life?
No, I think that, I mean,
It's different for
yeah,
women.
because my
How so?
biological father wasn't in my life, and that doesn't shape who I am as a person. So no.
So how can you hold a man to that same standard?
To what same standard?
We talk about the ones that
Mm.
got their mama in their life and treat them shitty. If you treating your mama shitty, if you don't even respect the person that gave you birth,
How can you respect
how can you
Right,
respect me
right.
ever?
Right. And I've seen my mom be a single mother and raise, her daughters. So it's like for me, it's possible.
It's just like when people be like,
to respect.
they people. I'm not saying people don't care about deadbeat dads, but people care a lot less than if you were a deadbeat mom. You know what I'm saying? It's the same concept. If you see a deadbeat dad, it's like, oh, take care of your kids. But if you see a deadbeat mom, you're like, how the fuck could you abandon
What's
your
wrong
kid?
with you?
What is wrong with you? It's the same concept. Like men don't need, like, this is one thing I will agree on. Men aren't wired the same as women, because women, from the time of conception, you feel that baby. You know that that's your child from the time of conception. So it's different. Like people's dads not being in their life, that that's more normal than a person's mom not being in their life. If you can't respect the person that gave birth to you, pushed you out their vagina, held you for 9 months in their stomach, I know you don't respect me. There's no possible way you could ever respect me. Now, I'm not saying it for those people that had a mom that was in their life and she was a shitty mom. I can't hold you on that. That's completely different if you're not, cool with your mama. But like for the people that had a great mom, you disrespecting her, I know you're gonna disrespect me.
Yeah. It just depends how bad they actually were raised in it.
Yeah.
No, the big thing that we like to talk about sometimes is that the reason why there's a lot of disrespect today is because most people are being raised by single parent households. And usually a single parent household is a mother only. And what he was trying to say is it's really hard for you to learn how to respect a man if you weren't
Correct.
raised around one. So
Correct.
that's the biggest thing that's the issue sometimes.
Correct.
I'm gonna double back on that. So up until I was 9, my mom wasn't married. My mom, like, she was a single mom. One thing I will say about my mother, I've never in my life, my dad was a deadbeat. Like, is a deadbeat. Like, I don't talk to my daddy. But I've never in my life heard my mom disrespect my dad. She's always told me, like, that's still your father. Even if she knows he did something super terrible, like unforgivable, she'll still be like, that's still your dad. I never forced him to be a parent. So you can't really hold that against him. I've never heard my mama disrespect my daddy. So in the same breath, like, even though she was a single mom, she's always still taught me to respect him, even knowing he doesn't deserve my respect. She still taught me. So it's like you really can't say that.
It depends how good your mother is. Yeah, because you had a good mom. Like she was never trash talking. You know what I'm saying? Like despite how shitty he was. So that I could see how that's a good way of being raised still by a single mother.
Sergio,
Yeah.
I got input. So, and I'm sorry, who was that back there that asked the question?
Oh, that was Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie did.
Okay, so Donnie, I kind of seen where you were going. I don't think we got all the way where you wanted to go, but
Correct.
it was something that I felt like I'm not gonna say challenge, but for a better word, should maybe be further explained as to I'm gonna give him respect because the way he treats his mom. So when he came and he put it in perspective of what if he grew up in a one parent household, I feel like that was a great um that was a great aspect to put it in because you giving him respect because he knows how to treat his mom, but he never watched a man know how to treat a woman. So who's to say he's going to treat you the same way he treated his mom? So I think that was actually a good place that he was trying to go. I just don't think we got there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I messed up the phrasing on that, but good call out though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now I want to know though, what traits are feminine to you, and then what is masculine to you? We'll start for you. Like, what's just name 3 feminine traits?
In a man?
No, no, just feminine. Period. We're not gonna say they're gender exclusive or anything.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay.
Feminine traits, just I
Just
don't
think
know.
motherly.
Honestly,
Just think what makes you a good mom.
very emotional.
We can just say
Like
one
just super
trait.
emo.
You can just say one trait. What's a masculine trait that's always masculine in your eyes?
Good with your hands.
Good with your hands. That's very masculine.
Build
I
stuff.
agree. I agree. What about you?
Uh,
One feminine trait and one masculine trait.
I'm gonna give you two feminine.
Okay.
I'm gonna say one is emotional. Another one is coordination.
Coordination.
Yeah.
Organization.
Like kind of like being good at organizing as well.
Yeah,
Coor-
extremely organized.
Okay.
I feel like women are more put together, and it's kind of a woman's purpose to pull men together in that aspect. So if you already come with that, it makes me wonder, like, nigga, why you so organized?
Yeah. Sometimes men are really like inventors and like thinking outside the box, all kinds. And we need
Be
somebody just
everywhere.
to bring
Yeah,
us
it
back
be
in the
everywhere, but we
box.
gonna put it together.
Yeah. Please. What about you? What's something that you would say, or what's a masculine trait?
Masculine trait, unaffectionate.
Unaffectionate. Okay. What about you?
I think the feminine trait is being receptive. Being in your receiving energy is very feminine.
That's very true, honestly. Like being very coachable is what we like to say on the show. Is like learning how to, being able to like him coaching you into something, and that's very close to that. What's a masculine trait?
I think pursuing or chasing or hunting. That's the
Yeah.
man's type of.
Yeah, going and getting it. Yeah. What about you? What's a female trait or a feminine trait and a masculine trait?
I think a just kind of hardwired feminine trait, as much as we don't want to say we want to do it, is just being submissive. Like, even though you say you don't want to be submissive, like females are submissive in some sort of way.
Yeah.
And I think that a male trait is being dominant. Some men try to be a little bit like, oh, this is my woman, I'm gonna treat her. He's dominant. So.
So those are all really good. Y'all pretty much took mine. So I can tell y'all what I feel like is a feminine thing to do and what a masculine thing to do is, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like feminine, I don't like when men get on social media and start subbing about anything that's going on. That is so feminine to me. Like, why are you getting Instagram, Twitter, wherever, and you're subtweeting me through your stories? Log the fuck off.
Can you fill in the context? Because I'm not understanding like what subtweeting is.
Yeah, I didn't know what that is either. What is that?
So it's like when you don't directly say it to, like, on Twitter you can add a person and put them in the tweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's when everybody knows who you're talking about, but you don't directly say it's about
yeah. That is very feminine.
Subtweeting.
That's some,
so it's a passive aggressive.
Yeah. Passive aggressive is
Okay,
exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That is feminine.
I don't like that. Like,
that's what women do.
No, for real. You on the phone crying about it. Go get in the field, bitch. Get your lick back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Oh, no.
I
Call
do
me,
not.
text me.
Yeah.
You
Why
on Twitter?
You on Twitter shading me? Don't do that. And then
what's
a masculine thing to do. I don't know, but I just really like when men open doors. That is the most
chivalry.
masculine. Yeah, chivalry.
Yeah.
I just like when
I'm
men.
about to close every door.
Ah, nah, now she's trying to be feminine.
I'll go ahead and say like just to throw in what I think too on this one. I would say like a biggest feminine thing, and like y'all might not even realize it, is loyalty. And this is why loyalty is such a big deal to you. Like whenever you say you just want a guy that's loyal, in reality, you're usually really projecting something that you take very seriously. Women take loyalty extremely seriously because, I mean, obviously, say like you got a guy, and I gotta ask just really quick. No, we'll go into it on the next, or on this next question. I'll just ask it. Would you rather have a part-time pimp or a full-time simp? So what I mean by that, the full-time simp is the guy that's always messaging other girls on Instagram, always commenting, liking their pictures. If a girl texts him and says, "Yo, I need $10 for some food," or anything like that, he's gonna send it because he's just a fucking simp, dude. Like, would y'all want to be with the guy that's a full-time simp all the time, or the guy that maybe once a year when he goes on a work trip, he's a G man, like a girl's trying to hit and he fucks her, but you're never gonna know about it. He's gonna come home, nobody's gonna know. He's a part-time pimp. It's very part-time. So would you rather have the part-time pimp that might cheat once a year, or the full-time simp that's just always sending money and just giving girls attention and likes?
What did they say? What I don't know won't hurt me.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
At this point,
yeah,
because it seemed like that's what's all this going on.
You'd rather have the part-time simp. What about you, or the part-time pimp? I mean, yeah.
So is the simp fucking, or he just giving money?
He's not.
No,
He's just
he's-
giving money
Wait.
and just likes and attention.
Just give me
Wait,
the
he
simp.
doesn't fuck it all.
Give me the simp.
Wait, if he doesn't fuck it all, then yes, I'll take the simp.
Y'all take the simp.
Give me
You
the
take the simp.
You
I'd
can
rather
simp
be
as well.
single.
That's
I
fine.
don't.
You gotta choose one or the other. You have to.
The simp.
You take the simp.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
disagree with y'all because if my man is sitting here on Instagram asking a girl for her cash app and sending her money, why is that money not coming in?
It's
Who said it
$10.
wasn't? Who said it wasn't going
It's
into
only
your
$10.
account?
Okay, but
It's
however,
like $10.
why-
I took the bitch to Burger King.
but
It's only
why,
$10.
why do you want your man to take?
Hey,
Okay,
I
but-
didn't answer the question yet.
But you watch your man stick his penis in somebody else
Right.
once a year.
Sergio said I didn't know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna know about
But I
it.
know now, so no.
but
You gonna find
but
out.
you. The thing is oh okay,
You
yeah,
gonna
you
find
found out.
out.
You gonna
Not if
find
it's a
out.
business trip and you're never gonna ever talk to that girl.
I
Like it was
feel
just
like
like he
I'm
literally
gonna
went to the
find
bar
out.
and she was just like, "Damn, this guy's so high. I'm gonna let him hit."
Okay, not
It's like
him.
one of those scenarios. He's not messing the girls. He's not fucking doing anything like that. He doesn't chase women at all. Women
No.
just chased him
I'm
one time.
Okay.
so sorry. I'm gonna have to take the pimp just because, like, why are you giving these other girls attention? Like, talk to me.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna have sex with her, okay, cool. Why are you not talking to me then? Why are you talking to somebody else?
But he could be talking to both of y'all.
Why are you talking to somebody else?
Yeah.
Even though you're
Why
not
are
giving
you
her sex, you're
fucking
not giving her
somebody?
anything. You're giving her money. Why are you giving her money?
So you rather him give her dick than
Then
I didn't.
$10.
I didn't find out about it,
I'm going to find out. You might not find out.
girl. I'm the FBI. What?
How about
Right.
for you though? Do you want the full time pimp or the the full time simp or part time pimp?
Y'all not gonna agree with this answer probably, but I'm gonna say simp only because I fuck bitches too. You could have took me, nigga. What the fuck is going on? You could have took me. No, give me the simp. Give me the simp every time. Because
And so
ain't no
this is
way.
crazy. Usually when we ask this question across the table, the women always say the simp. Usually this is the first time where we even had girls say the or say that they wanted the simp. Because every time, or no, they always say they want the pimp. And I'll explain to y'all why though. Because true loyalty to y'all is a guy spending money on another girl. Usually, now maybe not. You might be an exception to the rule, but I know that you like a guy, because a guy has to protect his money, energy, attention, and time. That's what. So like, if a guy is giving out his money, hold on. If a guy's giving out his money, energy, attention, and time to a different girl, back in history, say like we were cave people or something, you wouldn't want a guy going and catching fish and then going and giving it to the other family. You'd want it coming back to your family. So that's why provisioning is a big deal. Y'all don't want a guy being unloyal provisioning. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like giving to the homeless to me.
You're talking to the mic more.
It's like giving to the homeless to me. It's charity.
Charity.
She needed the $10. Give it to her.
It's just a little
A
kids
little
menu.
$10, a
okay.
little Burger King. Maybe she wanted to get gifts for her
Hey,
kids
there's-
this Christmas.
She need the $10.
Who knows? She
She
needed it more than I did.
But that's $10 that would have gone to y'all savings account, and y'all would have that for your generational wealth and your kids. Like, why do you want
if
to give that
$10
away?
is gonna make her break us? We don't need to be together.
Okay,
Right,
and then
wait,
she-
how many
she
times
gonna
a
come
year
back
a
into
day?
I'm saying this guy is a full-time simp. He is sending money every
As
week,
long as-
every other day. He's
As long
sending
as I
money.
get my
We're
funds,
talking about thousands of dollars a year are going to a
As
bunch
l-
of random girls.
as long
Would y'all be cool with thousands of dollars? I'm talking a full-time simp, y'all.
That
guy that
versus
literally
someone who
simps all
fucks someone
Once a year.
that I don't know
Once-
about.
that
Is it
you're never
once-
gonna even know about.
Is
Yes.
it really once a
I
year?
mean,
Yes, it really is. I'm just saying, for the
No.
example, we're saying that's what it
as
is.
long as I get my funds,
I'm taking
send
that
that bitch whatever.
You're
You
an
probably
exception.
needed it better more than I did,
I don't
baby.
know.
Hey, y'all can't-
I don't know.
Real talk though,
Too
y'all
much.
can't knock her because she's been pretty consistent this show with her message. I mean,
That is very
earlier
true,
she
yeah.
did say tricking ain't
It
simping if
trick-
you got it.
really ain't
So-
tricking if you got
Hey,
it.
she wants a simp, y'all.
You
Hey,
just-
drug
hold
dealers,
on, here's
scammers,
my
if
thing.
y'all in the
You
chat,
just
hit
talking
her up.
about Diddy and Carisha. What is Carisha doing? Living her city girl life, and I'm sure she knows that man is sending money to other bitches. That ain't got shit to do with
How you
me,
know
baby.
that?
Come on now, you think Diddy, a billionaire,
I don't
is
know.
only sending money to Carisha?
He
Be
But-
fucking for real. we could
Okay,
be
and he
anything
might-
in this world. We could be. Let's try to be fucking for real.
And he might be doing that with other women,
But that's not her
but he
nigga.
ain't sending that money to other girls. How you know
You
he's
don't
sending
know
that money?
that?
Are
That's
you
not her
silly?
nigga.
He has a whole baby. He just had a new
Are
baby.
you
He's not
silly?
leaving
That's-
or something.
Okay, hold on.
Be
no, no, no.
fucking for real, Diddy.
That's by law. You got to send that money. to that baby.
Diddy.
Hey, we're not gonna talk
You're
about
talking
Diddy.
about Diddy.
Yeah.
Diddy ain't got shit on to do with the purple pill pod, so let's keep the show moving.
Yeah, we'll keep
Let's-
going. Now I
I'm
want to
just
know.
saying, let's be fucking for real. Why should you care? As long as you get your ends, Whatever a bitch gets should not matter to you.
Well, it's. I was just giving the example because, like it always shows, a woman hates it more whenever a guy is cheating financially, usually than sexually. Like you might be an exception to the rule, but like I said, we've asked this to multiple girls on this panel, and this was the first time where we had a bunch of girls actually say like the simp answer. Because usually y'all care a lot more about financial provisioning, like we were talking about. Usually, not saying all the time.
Hey, I'm gonna throw it back to another lyric. Kanye said the only deception is felony, so never fuck another nigga without telling me. So that's
Period.
all
Don't
I'm
cheat on
saying.
me, nigga.
Don't
All
cheat
right,
on me.
all right, and then like one who was very unsuccessful with the marriage. We
quoting
gotta stop. We gotta stop following these
Hey.
people.
Kanye.
Now, if there's something about the dating marketplace that bothers you, what is it? We'll start again on this end. Number one thing that bothers you the most about the dating marketplace.
Can we start on the other side?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. The number one thing that pisses me off about I feel like the only thing that really pisses me off is, especially when we're not talking about in a relationship, right? We're just talking about dating, casual dating.
Yeah, sex, dating, any of it. Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing that really pisses me off is I know you got hoes. I fully expect that. If you're a single man, I fully expect you to be single. Date whoever you want. But the lying that comes with it, you don't have to lie to me about you being with another girl. We are not in a relationship. But you lying, you're like, oh, I'm with my homies, when really you are with a bitch. Just say that.
Exactly.
Because I could toss you right into the rotation, baby. It's nothing.
Yeah, and
on
so
the bench.
like we a lot of guys like that are truly high value, like they're usually pretty honest about it. The guys that lie they have some negatives that make them insecure, and that's why they lie about it. Because a guy who's really strong, he will just be honest with you about it, and he won't give a shit. But yeah, there's tons of pieces of shit that are just broke, pieces are just lame ass dudes that do it. But the biggest thing that we like to teach is y'all got to stop sleeping around and just letting these guys get it for nothing and trying to play those type of games, because like
So
that's
then
just
why-
gonna keep happening to you if you just sit there
So
and
then
you're
why
not
you-
celibate.
So then why was you mad about simps?
Well, I'm just saying, guys are always gonna lie for sex. Like y'all need to realize something. Guys lie all day long for sex. Like they will finesse you
just-
out the box all day long. That's all guys
Hold
do. They don't care about anything else. They just want to get the pussy.
Hold
So
on, but you just said, okay, so you just said we shouldn't be fucking niggas for free, right? That's essentially what you just said. So
yes,
why
should
are
be
you?
celibate. You should be celibate. Yes, that's what I teach. You should be celibate.
That's not what you said.
No, I always teach you should be celibate.
You said the problem is y'all out here just fucking dudes for free, not getting nothing out of it. Da 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 da. So then why are you mad when Simps is just giving? If you that to me, that tells me that you like prostitutes. You like to pay for pussy, because that's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me.
Huh?
You just said don't. You just said you shouldn't be fucking for free.
What?
You just said you
Bro,
shouldn't
what are
be
you
fucking
talking
for
about,
free.
man?
You're like comparing apples and oranges right
It's
now and
not,
trying to
though.
draw a line between them and be like, these are the same thing.
It's really not though. You just said a woman shouldn't be fucking for free. Isn't that prostitution?
If you want to say that, if you want to make it a perfect transaction, but nobody said that, you're making this crazy assumption like everybody at the table is talking about something like that. No,
I'm going
once
off
again,
of what you just said.
once again, a guy who needs to be a provider, and women shouldn't be giving it out for no fucking reason, because that's y'all's one prize that you're born with is your fucking pussy. So that if you want to protect it and actually be high value at a certain age, you should probably protect that one thing that makes you high value. You're not going to be valuable if you've slept with 30, 40 dudes and you can't pair bond with the guy anymore. You're not worth the shit anymore. That's all I'm saying, is that you should not be having sex. You should only save it for the guy that whenever he truly proves that he's a provider. You go on a date and you don't fuck him on the first date, or you learn more about him before you fuck him. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing about trying to be transactional and fucking be like telling guys to trick off. I don't not teach guys to fucking pay for pussy. That's some of the lamest shit I've ever heard in my life. The fact that you keep bringing that up makes me think you sell your pussy. That shit's weird. Nobody's talking about that shit. It's like you're projecting your life on everybody else.
I don't pay.
I'm just saying.
I don't,
Stop projecting on
I don't
us
sell
what
my
you
pussy.
experience.
You just said that shit though. I'm going based off of what you said out of your
And
mouth.
you're
So
drawing two apples and oranges
I was
together.
asking you to explain more, but clearly you just explained yourself, right? I never told you.
But you're the only one assuming that type of stuff. It's just really confusing.
I'm
it
just
seems
going
like
off of what you said.
it just seems like you're projecting yourself. It's just very different.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you took from it, that's what you took. I can't stop you from taking that shit.
Yeah. What's something about the dating marketplace that bothers you, or sexual marketplace?
Personally, I think the DFW is so small. I don't want to have to go to the club and see somebody that I know is messing with somebody else, or I talk to somebody and then I find out you messing with this person. I'm gonna always send that dude's Instagram in the group message.
Go in that Facebook group, whatever it's called.
Not even the Facebook
Not
group.
Facebook.
I'm gonna send it into my best friend's group message and be like, "Do y'all know him?" And if somebody says yes, immediately cut off. The DFW is so small. It's
Here,
ridiculous.
well, we got to fix this really quick. So, how many people do y'all think of the guys that are 18 to 30? How many of them do you think are virgins and/or haven't had sex in the last year, percentage-wise? Say like 10%, 20%, 30%. How many guys do you think aren't having sex right now? We'll start over here. 18 to 30.
30%.
You think 30%? How many guys aren't having sex? Haven't had sex in the last year?
I say 15%.
15%. What do you think?
I'll say 20.
20? What do you think?
I'm gonna go with like 40 because there's some losers out here for
40?
real.
What do you think?
I'm giving you a smooth 65.
65% of men not getting no play? That's bad, guys. That's bad.
I'm giving that to you.
It's around closer to 30 to 33. So you're all around it somewhat. But so because of that, like you're saying, like it's easy for you to run into the same guys, but that's because like every girl is all going for the same type of guy. There's tons of guys out here that get no fucking play at all, that work at Taco Bell, that fucking live in their mom's basement. You don't see them at all. So you really got to realize it's your choice, and that's why you keep running into the same type of guys as other girls, is because y'all all are like, man, he's attractive, or he has money, or whatever it is. Every girl. The Tinder studies show that 95% of girls go up to the 5%, or 90% of women go up to the top 5% of men. So it's like it's really bad, especially if you're online dating, like super bad. Like you're all definitely fucking the same guys if you're online dating in any way, shape, or form.
That ain't me.
Yeah, definitely don't be doing
I go
online
out
dating.
too much to find somebody online.
Yeah.
I'll meet you in person.
Hey, but you stay on them clothes, man. I know about you. I'm just kidding.
Excuse me.
I'm just teasing you. If there's something about the dating marketplace that bothers you, what is it?
The dating marketplace?
Yeah, dating, sex, any of it. What bothers you?
Ooh, everything. I don't know. I feel like sometimes men look for therapists and women. They look for someone to like
Cry to.
heal them, and that's okay, but that's not why I want to be in a relationship with you.
Yeah, I think that's super unattractive if a guy does that. If he leads with that, that's pretty bad.
Like,
Yeah, that's bad.
So you don't want an emotional man.
I'm not saying I don't want an emotional man. I'm just saying, as far as me healing you and curing you of your childhood traumas, that this is not the place.
Is this something that you've experienced a lot lately, and that's why you're bringing it up?
Yes,
Because it's
absolutely
like multiple men. It happens.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, so what we're already teaching guys: stop being emotional little bitches. We just need to keep saying it. Is kind of what you're saying.
And I feel so much more aggressive than them when I do that, because it's like I shouldn't.
Because he's not in his masculine
but...
role, so you're kind of falling into it. Yeah, no, I think that's a horrible thing too. Yeah, you're right.
And women, they don't want to hear about your fucking problems, fellas. They'll tell you that bullshit,
but
they're
really
not
don't,
equipped to handle your fucking problems, and that's just gonna dry their shit up real quick.
Yeah.
So keep that shit moving and keep it to yourself. Talk it over with your boys.
Fucking dry coochie energy. What about you? What's something about the dating or sexual marketplace that bothers you?
I'm gonna put it in two perspectives. As far as women, the need to fit the media's image of dating and relationships, that shit irks me.
Yeah.
Like we not Kim Kardashian, first of all, bitch. We're gonna have our relationship, and that's what we're gonna have. That's how we're gonna move with it. And then for men, like it's just surprising to me how many men have not taken the time to educate themselves on women's bodies.
Yeah.
How many of us is not getting a nut?
Yeah, so I'll actually help out a little bit in there because it never gets brought up. The thing is that every vagina is different. So the problem for guys is that they'll get used to one girl and they'll be like, okay, this is how it is, and then they go and fuck another girl and like the clit's in a whole different place. It's like this girl likes her G spot, this girl liked her clit before. Like they get so confused because they get so used to like one thing kind of, or they just don't get enough play at all to where they can't even fucking practice enough. So like that's the big issue today. I agree with you though. Like guys do not give a fuck about a woman's biology and they're not even trying to learn it. So you're totally right that needs to get fixed. Hopefully I can help guys in that.
The vagine hang like sleeve of wizard.
All right. What was the first? What was the first thing that you said though before that?
For women?
Yeah. There was something else that you said, but like before
We
the
pay
sex
attention
thing.
to media too much.
Oh, pay
Yeah,
attention to
I
media
think
too
the
much.
women
Yes.
are too busy trying to fit the media's image of relationships and dating.
And yeah, and shout out to you on that one because I think that's such a big fucking deal, and everybody needs to hear that 10 times more because it's that big of a deal. For you, what's something about the dating marketplace that bothers you?
There's I don't know. There's no one that's just really my type.
There's nobody that's really your type.
Yeah, I mean, I like men, but it's just like they're just so
Bitches.
weird. They're
What's your
like,
type? Lay it out right now.
I like tall, dark, and handsome,
Period.
and he has to have a fat wallet, loving, respectful.
Okay.
But like they like to lie and they like to do this and do that, and I'm just like, it's not that serious.
It's a little too weird right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
relax.
Yeah, and I agree with you. The dating marketplace is weird as hell. This is why I say the only 10% of people are even probably worth it right now. It's pretty fucked up. If you really want it, you got to really chase it. What sucks is for women today because the pussy's devalued the market so hard. Like there's so many girls. You could be a great girl that waits 30, 60 days or whatever,
Right.
but since there's other girls throwing it down on the first night, it's devalued so bad and y'all can't compete because it's just like they ruined the game. Like they fucked the game up for y'all if you're a good girl. Like it's all fucked up. Now I want to know. Nature versus nurture. Do you think that people are mostly controlled by their nature, by their genetics? Like, do you think that's going to predict their life more, or nurture their environment? Does their environment make you who you are more? We'll start on you this time.
I think their environment.
You think the environment's a bigger impact? Okay.
Yeah.
Nature.
You think so you think DNA is a bigger impact?
Genetics are
You think that's
more
everything?
overpowering.
Okay.
Then I'm
Then
sorry,
and nature
nurture.
versus nurture versus like environment. Like either your environment's gonna shape you who you are, or your genetics are gonna shape you who you are.
Genetics, because you'll know when the environment's right for you and when it's wrong for you
Okay.
by your genetics.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel.
I'm
What?
gonna have to say your environment because how you grew up is how you're gonna act.
Yeah.
You can try to change yourself later in life, but
If you're raised a certain way.
if you're raised a certain way by a certain person or by a certain type of family structure, that's how you're gonna be until
Okay.
you decide that you need to change yourself.
Okay. What do you think?
I say nature.
You think nature, so
Yeah.
genetics?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a hard one. Everybody's really split on this. So it's perfectly fit. When you do the science and the research on this, it's 50-50. Like, obviously, your genetics have a big impact on your life, but there's certain epigenetic effects that can happen because of your environment influencing and causing those things to happen. So definitely it's a mixture of 50-50. And this is a big issue today is like, especially like, say with like the trans debate and stuff like that. There's a lot of people saying, your environment makes you fully who you are. But in reality, there is a genetic chance of certain things happening. There is a 1% chance that somebody could be, a different sex or something like that. It's both. There's definitely a lot of genetic things that happen, but there's definitely a lot in your nature that can happen, and it causes a change in your genetics. There's epigenetic effect is whenever the nature changes your genetics for the future people that come out of you, or if you're gonna make kids or something. I want to know, what do y'all think is the difference between a simp and a provider? We'll start with you on this time.
A simp and a provider. Honestly, I think the biggest underlying issue is a simp doesn't have self-love. I think that's pretty much
He doesn't love himself, and that's why he does that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a simp can do the exact same thing a provider is doing, but the provider's not doing it because they feel like I have to do this in order to keep this person. I'm just doing it because this is what I genuinely want to do.
He's doing it out of kindness of
Yeah,
their heart
yeah.
more than trying to get something out of the person.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think is the difference between a simp and a provider?
That's hard, but I think that a provider knows his focus. I would say that maybe he grew up in a way that he feels that he's supposed to be the person that's supposed to make the money for the house. Like you said, that's just how he's supposed to feel. But if he's a provider that loves his family, then he's going to provide because of his family.
Yeah.
I think a simp, I hate to say it that way, but like I think a simp is just gonna do it because he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
He got a little bit of money or he got a nice check, so he's gonna be like, oh, let me throw you some of this, or let me buy some of this for you. But you're not looking towards a future between us. You're just kind of
being a simp.
Doing it. Yeah,
being extra. What about you?
I think a simp is someone who's obsessed over someone. and so they're willing to throw themselves at their feet
Go way
to
too
please
far.
them.
Yeah.
But a provider is someone who will make sure that the family's good, we're good,
Kind of take care of himself first.
right,
Yeah.
right.
What do you think the difference between a simp and a provider is?
One comes from a place of masculinity, and the other one is feminine.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say the provider comes from a place of masculinity because they mostly do that because that's who they are as a man. That's what makes you a man. And a simp it's because like
Talk a little bit more into it.
and a simp is because like it's kind of feminine. As a woman, we hate to say it, but we do give way too much to men before you should. And those simps, they do that. They give you way
That's
more
very
than what they
feminine.
should.
I've never heard it that way, but that was a good answer, honestly. That was a really good answer. What do you think?
The difference would be a simp is like he's like in love with you, like obsessed with you. And a provider's like he loves you.
You can tell this guy gets no play because he's trying so fucking hard. Yeah.
Right. And the
It's-
provider's like he love you. He want to do this for you because
Yeah,
that's who you are.
That's really good. Those were all really good answers, guys. The only thing that I like to say is that the difference between the provider and the simp is the simp will give something, like I was kind of saying earlier, without getting anything in return. But the thing is, a provider, like, I'm not going to show and a provider, he doesn't have to buy anything. He's just going to front with his provision. He's going to say, I have a nice house. I have this car. I am a provider. I'm not going to sit there and buy you anything to prove it. You're just going to see that this is what I am. Yeah. And if you come into my life, then if you do something, if you're complimentary to me, if you do something to make my life better, then I will give you something. Then I will buy you gifts. But I don't think that a guy should buy gifts without her doing something first, like whether that's doing the laundry or cooking or just doing something to compliment the man. Like you're saying, it's feminine for a woman to chase. And I agree that's a good thing to make the relationship start well. But go ahead.
I have to disagree only because of. And I'm gonna just base it off of how I'm not gonna say my dad, but my stepdad was with my mom. Whatever my mama wanted, she got. That's a provider in my eyes. Like whatever, she don't even have to ask for something. He's already getting it for her.
And I agree with you. So I think a provider is supposed to do that. So for my girl, a perfect example, I do anything for her. There's not one thing that if she asks me if she's like, can I get some chips or something? I will go get in the car and go down the street and get the chips. But that's what every man should do because we're meant to do that. We're meant to do more.
But I'm talking as far as like you said, a provider doesn't have to get gifts. I'm not saying that they don't. I
don't mean that at all. I'm saying at first, like a simp will do that first. Like a simp will say at the very beginning, he buys a gift. He's already buying her flowers. He's already buying her a gift.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
That my dad. I can't speak for anybody else's dad. My dad told me out of his own mouth, and I could call that man right now, and he will tell you the same thing. If a man wants to talk to you, he should be courting you. He should be buying you gifts. He should be getting you flowers before anything else because that's how you know he's gonna provide for you. Why would I go out and be with a dude and I don't even know if something goes down? Like say we outside, this our first date. You've not bought me. I've not seen any proof that you are a provider. You're gonna protect me. None of that shit. Something go down at the club or wherever we at, they get to shoot it, and you use me as a shield instead of shooting me. Like that's what I'm saying.
So are you saying that a provider is somebody that's going to protect you or somebody that's going to continue to buy you gifts?
No, I'm just saying like in general, it's the simple things. I'm not saying it got to be a huge gift, but like just flowers in general.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think that you can be a provider until you've provided the foundation first, and then the material. You can buy me the flower. So I agree. It's like you're not a provider until those foundational needs are met, and then.
Let me give a perfect example. Hold on, I'm gonna give a perfect example. Okay, I took my girl out on a date for our first date. Okay, everything was perfect. It was fine. She slept with me. I liked her a lot. She started coming back around my house. She started showing ways to be complimentary in my life, helping with my laundry, cooking, doing things that I'm bad at, but I'm really good at making money and taking care of her. So she started getting good at those things, being complimentary to me. And then once she does those things, then I will give her whatever she wants. But all I'm saying is that it's not good for the man to do it first. Now, back in the day, you were right. I think your stepdad did a great thing, but chivalry is dead now. Like chivalry. Sorry. But it is dead now. So because it's dead, we're not going to sit there and keep doing the same stuff. Like women aren't virgins, but women aren't virgins anymore. What do you mean? Like it's not the same as it used to be at all.
Chivalry is based on whether I had sex or not.
No, that's just one of the many aspects of it. That's one of the many things that makes
Okay,
you
let's
more
take out the
valuable.
virginity. What else
Let's not do
can we
virginity.
go with the
Yeah.
chivalry?
Okay. So
How
explain
else
to
can
me
I
what
get
you think
chivalry
courting
without being
is.
a
Like, what are
virgin?
you?
Well,
what is dating?
once again, since pussy has been devalued because of other women, not even saying it's y'all, it's been so devalued that y'all are the ones competing for the good guys now. Like, y'all need to get it out of your head that you have the leverage. You don't have the leverage at all today. At all.
But if you're
Men
not
have the
competing,
leverage because the guys that you want are the ones being chased by all the women now. It's
Hey,
and that's fine. You don't want a relationship, but that's fine. You're an exception to
I
the rule.
got something I want to add real quick. Roundtable question for you all. Have you ever went out on a date with a man you had no intention on sleeping with?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Possibly. No.
Yep. So I
No.
heard a couple yeses there.
Yeah, there's
So the
three yeses.
problem is with that is you're basically telling a man, oh, if I go out on a date with you, you should cater to me with flowers, open my door, all this other shit, even though I have no intention on fucking you. Why the
Why
fuck would a
should you
man do
have
that?
That's what
privilege to
niggas
just
used to
hop
do.
in pussy
That's
like that?
that's
And
simp
y'all
behavior.
want no,
Simp.
y'all want
That is simp
lasting-
behavior.
No, yeah.
You
I
want
understand
lasting
that.
relationships like your grandparents. That's what your grandparents did.
Yeah, we're
Before
not
they
here.
even got the coochie, they grabbing flowers, coming up to
And
you.
your grandmother
not-
was
you're not tr-
probably
she
way
was
better
traditional.
value, way
And
more.
she
Yeah,
was
she was
traditional.
traditional. Yeah.
No, but
My
I'm saying, why is
You
it
don't
a
know my granny.
Don't talk about her, Granny. No, but I do want to say, why is it a requirement that just because a guy took you out, showed you a nice time, why is it a
Why do you
requirement
expect
Yeah,
it?
why do you
that
have to have sex
he
with you?
expects me to sleep?
If
And I'll-
coachie's supposed to be
I'll
so high
explain.
value, why are you expecting coochie on the first date?
Well,
Same
y'all-
reason why you expecting flowers on the first date and a
Flowers
man to
and
pay a
cookies.
$300 bill.
You're
Shit.
not putting
Thing.
compare my
Not gonna put
pussy to no
coochie
much
in
not the
flowers.
flowers
Yeah,
now.
you can go
Y'all
get
might think that
flowers
It's
out
not
the
same
fucking
thing.
garden.
The
Y'all
men
got
might think
y'all
that.
got to
you're
realize though,
comparing
sex has been
Flowers and
devalued.
sex
Sex,
You're
are not
comparing
the
apples
same
and oranges.
thing.
sex
pussy
is
and flowers.
devalued now. Y'all aren't gonna
Not
be
the
able to
same
ever
thing.
win those arguments because sex is so devalued that y'all have to compete with the other girls. Y'all can sit here and try all day long and be like,
coochie like.
"Hey, but you're gonna be mad whenever you a cat lady at 40." I'm telling you,
First
like
of all, I
I'm telling
don't
y'all.
want to be married and I don't want to have kids. So the cat lady shit is not.
How old
pissing
are
me
you right
off.
now?
I'm 28.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I'll see you at 40 or 50.
I
and
will be the
guarantee
rich
you're gonna have a
auntie
different-
flexing, baby.
Rich auntie come with
That's
the baby
what-
Come on
shower
now.
gifts.
Hey, I'm just saying
Rich
another.
auntie
It's a
flex.
statistically shows that women are on antidepressants more now than ever, especially in those age brackets.
And so
this-
is niggas. Y'all.
no, guys
No.
aren't really taking
No.
the
They
If
antidepressants.
you it's statistically, men are killing themselves more than women.
Yeah, because
So
yeah, you're completely
y'all
right.
maybe y'all should try the antidepressants.
Try the medicine.
Well,
Maybe it'll help. Go to therapy.
I'll-
Seek help.
Value pussy.
I promise you that like those guys seeking help, if they're already emotional, them seeking help is just gonna make them more emotional, and that's the sad thing
Yeah,
about
it's gonna
reality.
open them up
I
even more.
know, but that's the problem. Y'all are not dealing with y'all emotions. If y'all learned how to manage your emotions rather than just letting it come up and then suppressing it, maybe y'all wouldn't have to go to the killing themselves.
Because
Learn to deal with your emotions.
when
gotta
they start
realize a lot of-
suppressing their anger and all that stuff, that's where the abusive
Psychos,
relationships come
the
from.
psychos, the
That's
ones, the serial
psychos.
killers, the ones that want to
Exactly.
kill people and shoot up schools.
They
It's
be
because
on
they're not
Snap.
learning to manage their anger when people piss them the fuck off.
That's them boys you
But
see
that's
on
why
Snap.
they're not supposed to be emotional at all. We have to
no.
teach men to be stoic. This is why there's
No.
books. This is
Men
why
should not
there's.
be
You
stoic.
should teach.
No.
Oh my
boys
God,
to
guys!
manage
That's
their
why there's
emotions.
literally some of the
Absolutely
top-selling
not.
books of all time are books about stoicism for men because that's what men do. We are not supposed to sit there and dwell in these emotions, guys.
No,
Y'all
because
need
we
to
know
fucking
says
realize.
dwell.
Who
No one
told
says
you
dwell,
that?
but
That's
we
what
can
happens
address-
whenever
we
you
can
do
address
that.
their
Who told you
emotions
that?
Huh?
when they come up.
Who
We
told
can't
me
both-
what?
Who
we
told
can't-
you that?
Who
we
told me
can't
what?
Because
both-
you have to be getting that from Google or something.
What?
Some quote.
The
or something.
stoicism and bullshit.
But
You
we
got to be
can't-
getting that from
That's
somewhere.
from Marcus Aurelius, a guy that was a
That's
Roman
not from
emperor.
real
You
life,
just listen
He,
to what
he
the
literally
fuck
was
he
here
said.
2,000 years ago and a very smart man.
He's right though. It has to be a balance. Like we can't both be hella emotional.
I
It doesn't
agree.
work.
I don't want an
100%
emotional
agree.
man, but at
I
least
can-
address the
No,
emotions.
yeah,
manage
a
your
communicative-
emotions. I didn't
Address
say
them.
communicative
Address them.
I feel like
man.
I feel like
'Cause
I
if
don't
you-
know.
if
I
you're
don't think
upset
y'all.
with me
I don't
and
think
not
y'all
telling
really
me-
understood what I said earlier
can
because
talk
I feel
to
like y'all really are setting men back with that emotional shit. Men are not emotional beings. Y'all coming
Yeah,
from a
they're
place
not.
of a woman's perspective.
That's
We are
fine,
emotional beings
but
because we're
address
equipped to be
it.
able to deal with those emotions. Men are not like that. If you force them into that, then you set them back 50 years because now we got to give 50 years of figuring out how the fuck they how to channel it and
Yeah.
how they
Their
now you're
brains are
telling them
different.
be emotional. And
Start
now that
with-
you're
I never
emotional, you
gotta
gotta learn
start
how to deal with your
emotional.
emotions. You're
It's
like
not about
reprogramming
being
a whole
emotional.
man.
Yeah, and that's the problem today. That's
I
why
said
the world is
address the
fucked up. Is
emotion.
because
At
what
least
you just said.
address why you feel upset. Why do you feel upset? Say that.
Right.
Okay, then move on. I didn't
That's-
say dwell.
Let,
talk
let me
about
explain
it.
something about
That
trauma
has
with
nothing
men.
to
Let me
do
just
with-
let me just explain something about trauma with men, or like whenever we're emotional and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, whatever is making us emotional is something that we can easily fix. That is the
Within
problem.
themselves.
Yes, and that's why you don't need to go talk about it, because it's usually what I would say is a scraped knee. It's not that big of a deal. It's something that you should easily be able to solve. Men are problem solvers. That's what we're supposed to do. So that's why it looks unattractive if a guy can't, if he's crying over a scraped knee, or if not even crying, if he's just being emotional or something that's not that big of a deal to you. At first, it looks extremely unattractive to the woman, and then on top of that, it's showing very negative signs that like he's gonna get even more emotional over something that's actually a big deal, something that's actually bad. So like that's why it's such a big deal for them not to be emotional at all. And you need to always try to just solve the issue. If you're a man and it's like, oh, I'm sad because of this, it's like, how do we solve this? How do we stop, feeling like that?
That's
Fair.
what
That's
I
the-
want
and
from
that's the
my
issue.
man, though. I want him to be the
So-
problem solver. I don't want to be like, oh, we're both emotional now.
But what
Or
I'm
both
saying is,
crying.
why can't my man go to therapy, doctor patient person, confidentiality?
That-
Y'all
you
get
know,
that
that's
together.
what
And
I'm saying.
I'll tell
But
you
then
why. I'll
come
tell you why.
home-
Because most therapists don't give a fuck about people. They're there to make a check. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to tell y'all this as a guy that went to therapy for a year, okay? And I actually had to go and do a lot of stuff. And I got very lucky and had a good therapist. But most guys do not get a good therapist. Most guys end up with a really shitty one that gives them really shitty advice
Can I
or puts them in
interject
an
too?
even worse
Can I say
position.
something?
Yeah.
I agree with you. Most therapists don't give a fuck, but that's also, why it's important to find a therapist who looks like you. There are only 6% Black therapists, just FYI, random fact.
Mhm.
I got my degree in psychology so that I could become a licensed therapist
Mhm.
because there are not many Black women who look like us who are therapists.
Mhm.
So representation matters.
So like, and this is something. So there's a guy that I like to watch on YouTube sometimes. And he's a therapist and he talks mostly with kids. Like he's always trying to help kids. And one of the kids made a really good post on his subreddit the other day, and he was talking about, we're all telling people to go to therapy and go do all this stuff, but we're not thinking about how sometimes those people just really need a hug. They actually need, and it's actually harms them more to go and sit across from somebody that they're not going to be able to have a physical touch with legally. They're not able to there was some other point, but basically like the whole thread was just a bunch of points about how therapy was actually hurting this one guy. And it was because really he just needed a physical connection. He just needed somebody from his family or somebody to talk to him. And it was just really sad. But yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Alexis, when you because he still just summed up exactly what I said. I mean, you just really need to grasp the fact that women are emotional beings, men are physical beings. It's like we feel the need that when our emotions, we got to talk about it. We need to figure out how to channel it. They don't feel that. It's like, no offense, but for men, it's a lot more simpler. We can have an argument and we can fuck and he's over it. I still need to talk about it because I'm
Yeah.
an emotional being. He's over it. He don't give a fuck no more. He's a physical being. I got some pussy. We good, babe.
Yeah, yeah, for real. That's
But
how
what
simple
if
it
that
is.
didn't fix everything?
It doesn't fix it for
Yeah,
you.
but- yeah, it
No,
fixes it
But
for
he's
him,
a
though.
What if
physical being. It's
But
if
that's why
that
it's a
doesn't
man
fix
and a
it, then
woman. You
physically
need
he
both.
knows how
You
to
need
fix
each other.
that.
I
You need each
understand
other.
that. I want my man to put me in my place every now and then.
Right.
For sure. I need you to be that way, but I want you to make sure that you're right on the inside. I don't want you to be crazy. That way one day we end up on Snapped. Like, I don't want that. I want you to make sure that your mental is right, but make sure that you can still put me in my place. Like, I do understand exactly what you're saying, but what if that's the type of person that, okay, the physical, sure, he got what he wanted, but that's still in his mind, didn't fix nothing. Yeah, he got his physical, but his mental still is not right. Talk to somebody. If you can't talk to me because you feel like I'm judging you or I'm gonna do this and that for you, like, talk to somebody, talk to a family member, talk to a therapist that's Black that can.
We tell guys to talk to other men, because if you're having an issue, if
Yeah,
you're having an
black men.
issue,
Yeah.
a man can help you solve it. A man knows how men are thinking, so a man can be like, okay, I can relate to that. But 9 times out of 10, we just like to say, don't talk to your woman, because your woman obviously can't relate to your issues.
I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you want to say something?
Nope.
No. All right. I want to know. Do you think men should have reproductive rights? We'll start off this side. And what I mean by that is, like, say if it's a state where a woman can get abortion, should he also have the right to be able to sign away? So he'll be able to say, I don't want to be the father of this kid if she chooses to keep it. Do you think that he should have that right? Only in states that also have abortion. I'm going to say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about
Yes.
you? You think so?
Yes, 100%.
What about you?
No.
No.
Sorry, what was the question?
Should a guy be able to sign his rights away if a woman can also have an abortion in the same state?
That's your child.
Like as soon as or even before the baby comes, he's like, "Look, I'm not going to be the dad. I'm signing my rights away
Oh,
right now."
that's what you mean.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
No, I agree. I disagree.
You
I'm sorry.
disagree? You don't think he should be able to
No,
do that?
No.
Yeah, you should.
You should. He should. Okay. I'll explain to you why I like to ask this question. So I just think that if women have the right in a state, like right now, I think in Texas, since women don't have the right to have abortion, I think it's fair right now. Both people are super held accountable. Like if somebody has a baby, it's like y'all are both kind of fucked. It's fair right now. But but say you can get an abortion and he can't sign his rights away, then that gives you the leverage and you're able to.
Oh wait. So that means I gotta keep the baby if you don't want to sign the rights.
Yes, that's what signing the rights away. That's what I mean by signing the rights
in
away.
that
But
case,
that's kind of how it is anyway.
That's how it is.
Well, no. A guy can only sign his rights away or not right now if the woman signs first and says it's okay. A man cannot just a
man
woman
can
having a
easily
baby.
leave the woman.
Yeah, a man
I mean,
can-
it doesn't have
he
to
don't
be
have to
assigned
do
to
nothing.
anything.
No, you can put him on child support. What are y'all
can put
talking
him on
about?
child
put him on
Like
child support. What, $100 a
That
month?
doesn't
No,
require
but
him
I'm-
to raise his
but what I'm
child,
saying
though.
is that's still
Why
a
are you
thing though.
fucking
Right
broke
now
niggas?
it's unfair and like a guy can't even get out of it all, but a woman can have an abortion. She can get out of it, but a man can't.
Here's
What
my
I'm saying is there's
I-
no accountability if it's like that.
Personally, I feel like a man should, only because here's the thing. I know a couple of women that a man can tell you, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to be
And
with
they'll
you,
keep
and
the
still
baby.
get pregnant, knowing that the man never wanted to be, and then now you mad at him for being the deadbeat. Why are you mad?
That's why I
He didn't
say,
even
yeah,
want
he
you.
didn't
Why
want
would he
that.
want your baby?
So
Like-
my thing is if a man,
Yeah.
you had a child that a man said he already didn't want, and you can still have the choice to put him on child support. Now you can put this man in jail. You can fine this man
But-
because he didn't pay you all this money over the years when you should already expect that he did not want to be the father.
But
So put me in that situation already to where I know that I need to take care of my child because I'm not gonna expect anything from you.
I also agree with the other side of like, if you know you don't want to have a baby, then why is you nutting in somebody?
Right.
Okay.
Why, where's the
I
condom?
also agree. I see
I was,
the other side.
I was gonna feed y'all with it as soon as it was my
yeah,
turn.
no,
I
I
can
see
see
the
that.
other side. Why are you nutting? The only way a woman is gonna get pregnant is if a nigga's nutting in her. So I also agree.
And he knows that.
I
He's
see
nutting in
that.
her.
I see that too as well. However, the mental health behind your kid, seeing you fight tooth and nail to get child support for a baby that you already knew the nigga didn't want, I'm not gonna put that on my child. I'm just not. If you really don't, I will make some shit shake. That's how. But I think I feel like that's because of how my mama raised me. It was the same thing with my daddy. Like she never forced him, never argued with him. Like I said, never heard her talk bad about him. I've always heard that family, that side of the family talk bad about her, and I've never not once heard my mom say anything bad about my daddy. So like I see both sides. She took her L and she kept it, and she kept it pushing. She was accountable for her actions. If she didn't want a baby by this dude, she should have never laid down. And she took accountability for that. But forcing a man, knowing he was already probably going to be a shitty parent anyway, keep that. I'll just figure it out on my own.
Sign it away.
Yeah.
Just take it.
But so did y'all have something else to say to respond? No.
She basically
Yeah.
said exactly what I was gonna say. I
It
feel
take
like
two.
I feel like the root cause of the issue at hand is because you stuck your dick in me raw and you decided to let it go. So therefore, I don't feel like you at that time you get the opportunity to choose whether you
Right.
are or not responsible. Because
Right.
that sounds like what the question is getting at. It's not getting at you signing your rights over. It's getting at let me sign away my responsibility so I don't have to take care of this baby. Is what it sounds like you said. So hell no. If you decided that you was gonna have unprotected sex and you knew you couldn't take care of a baby, that's when you gave away your right to say whether I get to birth this child or not.
100%.
I just think that you should also have the same responsibility and not have an abortion. Then, like, you can't have abortions then either. That's why I said in Texas, it's fair. Right now, it's fair. Women can't have abortion. Men can't sign off away. We're both fucked if we make a mistake. But in a state where women have
Agreed.
abortion,
That's
it should be
accountability.
fair. Yes,
That's
it-
No,
accountability.
but
it's
here's
the
the
only
thing.
way because a girl's gonna think twice in a state where there's
Mhm.
abortions. If the guy can sign his rights away, she's gonna think twice before she fucks somebody.
Hold on, but I am on the female side as well because y'all are trying to tell her to have an abortion. Do you know the mental stress that comes behind having an abortion?
Of course.
hard.
So
but-
you're trying to tell her, like, I get women as well, like you're trying to tell her to force an abortion. It could be a woman that don't even believe in abortions.
Mhm.
You chose to lay down with me, and nutted me raw.
Well, she chose to lay down also. She opened her
Okay,
legs,
and
guys. She
cool.
opened her legs.
Okay.
We got to remember
Okay.
that.
But
I'm
That's-
supposed to know
you
when you
could have
nut
pulled
down?
out. You could have pulled.
Right.
The nigga could have pulled out. Could have did anything. Could have wore protection. You could have still. Y'all could have
the end
still
of the
had
day.
sex
Guys.
without
You
her
coulda
getting
had
pregnant.
sex without your
Guys,
semen.
this is the
sperm.
problem today is everybody wants to have sex for pleasure. Everybody's living hedonistic lives and
Hey,
thinking
I'm
that,
not
oh, sex
saying
is
that.
just a
Yeah,
pleasure
sex-
thing.
sex
Look,
is
No,
I
dude,
didn't-
sex is to make babies. So if you're going to have sex, you better accept the responsibility of it. We've been learning this since health class when we were 13,
but-
guys. Come on.
And that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
If you're gonna choose to have sex, take responsibility for your
For
action,
both
and
sides.
your action
For both
is
sides.
your act, regardless of abortion or not. Your action was nutting in a bitch raw.
And her action was opening her legs. It goes both
Okay,
ways. Stop
okay.
saying just the man's
I
side. It is
didn't-
both ways.
okay.
Both people can take accountability, guys. There's nothing.
Okay,
there's
so
nothing
then
hard
why
about that.
why are we arguing signing away your rights? Take responsibility for your fucking actions.
Yeah. No.
If that's the case,
I
if both sides is accountable, then you should have like we said, you should have never chose to nut in her. Period.
Hey,
you,
everybody
you
just
wanna
stop having
sign
sex, guys.
Sign away your rights. Just don't have sex. How about that?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
You won't even have to
basically
worry
what
about
you're
it.
saying.
That's what I'm trying to push. You know, y'all just shouldn't be fucking anyways. Everybody should be celibate until you're actually in a good relationship anyways. Now's the really, really fun part of the show, guys. We're about to have a lot of fun. Now I get to talk my real shit. So we're gonna do a part where we critique each other. I'm gonna give y'all a number based off of what I think you are in a relationship. It's not based off of y'all's looks. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you're a 5 because you're ugly. No, I'm gonna base it. I'm gonna say you're a 1 because you're the worst relationship person I would ever want to be with, or you're a 10 and you're a really awesome person in a relationship probably, and you'd probably be a great girlfriend. You know.
Personally, like this is if you. were
Yes.
in a
This is me personally giving critiques as a host of the show. But here's the awesome part. Y'all get to hit me back afterwards. Y'all get to give me a relationship critique and help me make the show better. Y'all got to learn something about me. I love taking accountability. I love getting better in my life. That's why I am as successful as I am, is because I like to always self-reflect. So to start, I'll start over here on your side. How old were you again?
27.
27. You have one kid? How old's the kid?
4.
4. Okay, so and this is just a precursor. Obviously, having kids is gonna affect this number a lot, and age is gonna affect this number a lot. That's the only thing that's holding you back, honestly. Everything else, I think that you're pretty based on some of your answers. You're willing to really try to know about wanting to learn more about men. I feel like, which is a great trait to have. If it wasn't for like the kid and also being 27, you would easily be up at probably like a 6 or a 7 relationship. But because of the kid and because of your age, you would probably go down to like a 4 or a 5. But that's it, honestly. It's just, but otherwise, I think you'd actually be a good person in a relationship. I also like to give advice at this point. I don't know what kind of, we didn't do the questions where we asked what kind of guy you're looking for, like his height, his income, or anything like that. So I'm just making an assumption here. But if you are the type where you're shooting for a certain caliber, all I'm going to say is you're at an age where you shouldn't be probably doing that. You should probably look for the guy that isn't making fucking $100,000 a year or isn't 5'8". But I don't know what you're looking for. We didn't even ask those questions tonight. So I don't even know what you're really looking. I don't know how how high you like to shoot. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only thing I like to tell women that are single moms. You just might want to shoot lower. I have a daughter, and my baby mama, like, she probably could have chose like a really attractive dude, but she found a short guy that's like really nice and stuff. And you can laugh, but I know, but I'm just saying sometimes it's good to settle just because you're able to give your kids a really good life. Like he's a really good guy, I'm sure, and I'm sure he's gonna give my daughter like a really good life because he's a good man, even though he's short.
Give him a good life.
Huh?
His daddy can give him a good life.
Yeah. Yeah, for
but
sure.
The man that I'm finna choose is for me.
Yeah, I just want you. Wait, you mean like the daddy of your kid can give him a good life?
My daddy, no, yeah, his daddy will give him a good
yeah.
life. My daddy's gonna
I just want you to know though, it's still good to grow up in a 2-parent household. It's still good to have. It's still, if you could find a good guy to like be there too. I come from a divorced family. When my parents divorced when I was 5, and my mother remarried an amazing guy. I have one of the best stepdads I could ever have, and my dad is also a badass and also got into another marriage right after. So I think there's a lot of value in 2 really good families being raised by 2 really good families. For you, how old were you again?
I never said.
Oh yeah, you just said above 30, right? And you have 2 kids?
No, I got 1.
You have 1.
But let me say something before you say that.
Yeah.
Just rate me. Don't use my kids to leverage as baggage for me. You just rate me, and that'll be fine. But I don't want you to convince me that because I had a kid, it makes me less valuable in a number. Don't.
It doesn't.
I just don't want
it doesn't, sweetie.
I'm not trying to say it like that at all. You got to.
I completely understand because I can read you. I feel like you're a great guy, and your intent is to educate, and that's great. But the way it comes off is that you're gonna use my child as leverage to
As
underrate
baggage.
me, and I don't want that.
I'm not using your child as leverage. I want you to understand that.
Underrate me. Because you told what you told her is like
Yeah, because I have a
I get your
kid
intent,
and I'm
but
a
you
little
told her
older.
you would have easily been a 6 or a 7, but now you're a 504 because you got the kid. No.
You got to understand, I'm being 1,000% honest on this show. Stop it. I'm being 1,000% honest on this show, and I'm gonna talk to y'all like a father, like an uncle, like a brother. And you want to know why I'm gonna talk to y'all that way? Because every other fucking dude out here is lying to y'all and gonna say whatever the fuck he can to get the box. So y'all can sit here and hate what I'm gonna say when I'm being honest, but
No,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
be
say,
honest.
I didn't say I was gonna hate it.
I
That's
know.
perfectly
I'm
fine. And
just
you
being
said every
honest,
guy is
though.
gonna lie to you about when you first asked us. What you should also take into consideration was one of the first questions you asked us: who here is celibate? I definitely said me. So I don't give a fuck what niggas are telling y'all to get the box. I'm not fucking nobody, period. So you can't use my child to underrate me. You being honest, that's fine. But I'm also being honest when I tell you, just rate me as a number. But don't give me the perception that me having a child and I do a damn good job as a mother because it's made me who I am. Don't give me the perception that underrates me.
You were doing really good this whole show, and you're a very smart person. You listened really well. You'd be amazing in a relationship because of your ability to understand men. I'd say you understand men better than any other girl at this table. Because of all that stuff, you would have easily been at a 7 or an 8. But I'm going to be honest, because of age and because we're talking about sexual market. We're talking about the sexual marketplace, what your worth is in the dating marketplace. I don't give a fuck about anything else, but what your dating marketplace number is you're probably a 3 or a 4. And that's just how other men, I'm only telling y'all how men are going to perceive y'all. It doesn't like it's not even me personally. What y'all need to understand is I'm speaking for most men, and most men are going to perceive it that way, and that sucks. Like, I don't think these are good things. I don't like handing out these numbers and being like, yeah, y'all are shit. I'm not trying to say that at all. The real reason why I do this is because a lot of people need to be humbled. A lot of tables that I ask girls, I'll be like, what number do y'all rate yourselves? You know how many times the girls around the whole
I'm a
table
10.
call themselves 10? No humility at all in this world today. None at all. So when I give these numbers, it's because I expect some of y'all, I know not all of y'all, but some of y'all might go to sleep tonight and actually think about some of the shit I said, and you might actually humble yourself a little bit and take the guy that's 5'7" that really loves you. I don't know. Not you, because you can't handle the hype, but I'm telling you, if y'all actually want to have marriage and have kids one day, y'all already have kids, so y'all don't. But the ones that actually haven't had kids yet, if y'all want to have kids, you might want to consider some of this shit. But yeah, really, you're an amazing person. You have the greatest personality to actually lock down a really good guy. You just might need to come off of some things like height or income or something. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was never that you, I never ever out of everybody here, I never was the person to express physical interest in a man as far as where I put him at a standard.
I know.
And
I didn't ask any
I
of those
wasn't-
questions tonight. Yeah.
And I wasn't either the one who was big on income.
Yeah, I was just giving a general advice that I give to every girl on the show. Like, that's just what I would tell everybody, because most people are shooting too high. Most people call themselves 10s because a guy because this is another thing that y'all need to realize. Girls have a lot of validation today because you have Instagram, you have social media, you have all these things, and you get poured DMs and messages, okay? Way more than your grandmother and mother ever experienced. So the validation y'all have from that, on top of the fact that you can actually sleep with a 10 if y'all wanted to. You can be a fucking 3 as a girl, or a 4, a fat girl or something, a whale, and you could still have sex with guys that are 9s and 10s because they will smash anything. So once again, those girls would be like, damn, I'm a fucking 10 because I smashed this dude who's all built and he looks awesome. Like, obviously, I must be a 10 too if I got to smash that 10. So that's why I tell people to sometimes humble themselves. That's it. For you, your number, how old were you again?
25.
25. You have a little bit of time. I'm going to talk about the wall for a second. So the wall is something that's a mental thing for women. Yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen for y'all. It could be at 35. It could be at 30. It could be at 28. It could be at 40. I don't know. But mentally, you're going to realize at a certain point that you can't pull the same guys that you were pulling when you were 21, 22. And at your age at 25, I would just start thinking about that. I don't know when it's going to come for you. You're a pretty girl. You might not hit the wall until you're 32, 35 or something. You got good genetics. But don't waste too much time. That's all I like to say is at 25, you have a lot of leverage right now to lock in a really, especially with your career, you have a lot of leverage right now to lock in a really good guy. And the higher income you go up, the harder it is going to be for you to find a guy, because like we were saying earlier, you want a guy that makes 58% more than you usually. Okay. So but what does that do? That lowers the the bracket of men for you, because less and less guys make that much money. So you got, and then once again, they might want younger women if they're making more money. So that's why I'm saying leverage your beauty right now while you got it. Get the best man you fucking can, because you're gonna really regret it once you hit that wall at whatever age it comes, and you're gonna be like, shit, I should have locked in a dude whenever I was young and that guy told me to, you know. But that's it, really. Honestly, you're in a good position. You're in one of the best positions at the table, in my opinion. Wait, did I give you a number though? Okay, no, for a relationship, you're also really good at listening. You're like these ladies where you like to listen a lot. I would probably give you, honestly, like probably a 7. Like, and you could easily go up to an 8 or 9 if you're just a little bit more submissive, or just like worked on being more complimentary to a man. For you,
Hit me with it, Sergio.
how old are you?
24.
24. You're in a good position like her because of your age. I'm gonna basically the exact same advice that I gave her. You need to lock guy down like soon, because you don't want to get to 30 plus and then be regretting it. And like, y'all can sit here and laugh about it, but I'm telling you, if I had $1 for every girl that I see on fucking on TikTok and the dating over 30 that's crying on their TikTok every fucking day, you wouldn't be laughing as much. Because I literally go to the dating over 30 hashtag every day on TikTok just to look at content, and it's bad, y'all. It's women just crying all day long over the fact that they can't get men like they were when they were 21, 22. You don't want to be one of those women. That's all I'm saying.
I can bag a man at the age of 30. I can see the future like
All
I'm
right, and
Raven Simone.
you have good genetics, so I'll give it to you. You're gonna do good because you have good genetics. But the thing is, you need, like, once again, all these DMs coming in, all this validation and stuff. It's really hard for you to actually accurately determine how well you're gonna do over the next 5-6 years. And like we had a talk the other night at dinner, there's tons of guys that are out here that are just shit though. You got to remember, like, oh, there's so many options, but most of them are shit. So while you're at your highest value, I'm telling you, lock someone in now. You're gonna fucking regret it.
I
Like,
have a
it's just,
question
yeah.
on that though.
Yeah.
So me personally, I was the girl that always had a boyfriend because
Me too.
I had the thought that, you know what, this gonna be my man. I'm gonna lock him down. We gonna get married. We gonna build together.
Mm-hmm.
I always got the man I wanted, but it didn't work out. So where's the issue in that? Does that lie in me choosing this man that I thought I could be with forever?
Yes.
Because I think I want to lock down this man? Or is it because I'm just kind of getting all the dudes that, like you said, they ain't nothing? Like,
Yes, like, it's all the shit guys coming towards you. You got to understand, since you're a pretty girl, every girl here at this table, you are all pretty. You are all going to have
I'm
guys coming
beautiful.
to you. And because of that, sometimes those guys coming to y'all are the shitty guys. This is why I like to say, like, my girl chased me, y'all. Like, I didn't chase her. Like, she came to me. So, like, y'all got to understand, like, that is the marketplace today. Sometimes you need to find the guy that's a really good guy, and you kind of have to chase him. Like, as much as you love being pursued, because we talked about that, women do love being pursued. Y'all love being the one that's being pursued, but it's not like how it was 50 years ago.
If
Now, like, y'all have to find the really good guy as soon as he gets out of a relationship or something, and like lock him down, because you know that he's a relationship guy. Because most guys aren't. Most guys are cheating. Most guys are trash.
So
You know.
what if the guy I'm chasing don't want to be with me?
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Then you made a mistake. Like, then you made a mistake by chasing that guy, and that's all it is.
On to the next.
Yeah, on to the next. But no, so I'll just give you a number though. You're probably, like, because of your age, you're at least like a 7 for sure, and it's just because you're in a good position. You're a little bit argumentative, but you also wanted to listen, so that's good. As long as you keep up that listening, you'd stay at that 7 and maybe go up to an 8. The more submissive you are, or whatever it is. All right, now the best one at the table. Whew. Oh my god. All right, you're getting a solid fucking 0.
I
So the reason why is because you don't want a relationship. So obviously it's a 0. You know, you would never want one. So you're never going to be relationship material. And that's fine if that's what you want. You want to sleep around for the rest of your life and be depressed in 10 years like everybody else in your generation that's in the same shit. That's fine. Hey, trust me, the statistics show it. There's tons of people that are so fucked up in the head right now because of the dating marketplace and being sexually used. Trust me, women, y'all don't do good the more guys y'all sleep with. You can sit here and laugh as much as you want about it, but it statistically shows how unhappy women are after 5 and 10 and 20 bodies. Y'all can sit here all day long and act like it doesn't bother you, but trust me, when y'all are 40 and you got nothing but cats, you're gonna be bothered. So I
don't
mean,
even like animals though, so I wouldn't have cats.
that's fine. You can travel the world with all your sugar daddies. Anything that makes you
Hey,
That sounds more like it.
happy. Yeah. Anything like that. Have fun, guys. That's all. Y'all could totally have fun. But I'm just saying that the only advice I'd give to you is nothing, because you don't need any. You just want to keep doing what you want to do.
I want to live life.
Um,
Thank you.
But yeah, that's Oh yeah, now y'all get to hit me back. We'll start on your end. Hit me back with a relationship critique and a show critique, and then would you come back? Yeah. Do you
Okay,
want to come
so
back?
relationship critique first.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give you a solid 2.
Yeah.
A solid 2. Like you got a little spark because you got a girl. I'm gonna give it to you because you got a girl. Obviously, you're doing something right because you have a girl. But other than that, I just don't see any qualities that's worth dating you ever. Like honestly, you way too combative. You take everything personal. Like even if it seems like even if I'm telling a joke, it seems like you're taking it too personally. Like I just like to live life and be fun and have good vibes. And I just feel like you take everything too seriously. Show critique, I would say is statistics. The statistic shit. I don't give a fuck what statistics says. What do you say? Like cool, I get it. You're trying to teach people shit, but like I feel like most people learn from experience rather than statistics. The people that care about statistics are the people that have a hard time socially anyways. That's why they're looking for statistics because they can't thrive in a social setting anyway. So they have to go to statistics to figure out how should I act rather than just acting. I live life through acting. I'm not looking at statistics. I don't give a fuck what they doing. I don't care about relationship goals. I just want to live life. Like I shouldn't say I would never get married. I let me not say that. I'm saying I don't care to. That's not like if at the end of my life I never got married, I wouldn't give a fuck because I did all this other shit in my life. I've lived, and that's coming from. And I'm not trying to like.
That's coming from a very young person that hasn't
Yeah.
lived for shit, honestly.
No, not even that. You say that, but you don't know what I've experienced in my life. That's like not even to be a Debbie Downer, but I've tried to kill myself before. So like me at this second chance of life, I'm just living. I don't care what happens. Like I could have ended it all. So I'm just out here living and thriving. If a relationship comes, it comes. If I have kids, I have kids. But I'm not gonna base my life on a goal that I don't even know if I'll ever be able to reach.
Yeah, if you don't work towards it, you'll definitely never reach it. You're right.
Hey, but people could work towards something all their life and still never get it.
Then they suck really bad. If you
No,
set a goal and you never reach it, that's pretty sad about you.
No, it's like okay, it's like people that want to get drafted to the NFL or NBA. Not everybody's gonna make it.
Yeah,
And that
that's an
doesn't mean
extremely crazy thing to sit there and
No.
shoot for if you're not statistically a part of it. Now, if a guy is tall enough or strong enough, yeah, dude, do the greatest thing you can. But if you failed, you failed. Like, yeah, that's a 1% of men get to do that. Not less than that. 0.1.
But that's what I'm saying. But there are people that'll have a goal like that, not reach it, and then they just fail at life. Like they just don't try anymore. They don't want to try
really
anymore.
sad if a guy does that. If anybody does that, if you shoot
that's-
for a goal and you fail your goal and then you just give up on life, that's fucking sad. That is sad. That life is failure. I've failed more than anybody in the world, and that's why I have more money than any of my fucking peers. I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for the fact that I failed as much as I have. So failure is not a bad thing.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm not living my life to check off shit on a bucket list. That's just not what I'm gonna do. I don't give a fuck if a man don't like me, baby. I'll go find another one. There's plenty of fish in the fucking sea.
That's fine.
And
And
I'll
you're gonna
go
be
catch
really
them.
sad one day because of it, but that's fine.
Why do you feel that way? Just because
Because
your
it
goal
statistically
was
shows.
no. See, and that's my problem with statistics. Just because that was somebody else's goal and that statistic shit doesn't mean that has to be my goal. And my life is not going to be sad if I don't get a man.
And look, you gotta understand, a lot of this is statistics, but it's also, I'm just a very religious person. Like, if you read the fucking Bible, you know everything that I'm saying is fucking
kid.
true.
I'm a preacher's kid, so I've read the Bible, baby. I know you're supposed
okay,
to
well then
multiply.
you should already know
Go
that
forth and
everything that you're
procreate.
saying.
I know all that.
Yeah.
But I don't have to, just because that's what somebody is telling me I should do, doesn't mean I have to do it. And it doesn't mean I should base my life around whether I get what you think I should have. I got to live this life for me. Period.
That's fine. I'm just telling you, I'm predicting the future. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
What about you? Go ahead. Never mind the last question. Go ahead.
You said preacher's kid, so erase
So Sergio, I will say you've been a good host. I will never speak on anybody else's relationship, so I'm not going to give you.
You could totally do it though. I want to get better. You gotta understand, I'm the type where I
No.
always want to get better at my relationship. So please give me a number and
But
please
what
rate
I
me good.
will say is that you do. I think you should listen. I don't know if you listen to your girl outside of the podcast, but you need to listen a little bit more. Just listen. You do talk. You talk, but just kind of sit back and listen to what she's talking
To
about.
understand.
Listen to understand
listen
and not
to
to
understand,
argue.
not to respond.
Yes,
For
thank
sure.
you. That's the one.
You
It
know what's
is-
ironic about that, real quick though, is that there's many times I had to say one mic at a time because you kept trying to respond versus listening to understand. So we can actually say that exact same thing in return.
Oh, okay, but I don't really want to relate
So
to it.
back to what I was saying. Yes, I think that something that you should work on. Maybe it's just because we on the podcast, we behind the cameras. We snapping, but like I said, I'm not gonna speak on your relationship. Y'all might have a 10. I'm gonna say a 7. The show, I had a wonderful time. This was great. I think y'all do a good job. Y'all have some good questions. Y'all are very thought provoking. It's a really good setup. And please invite me back because I'll
Yeah.
be here. I'll
Yeah.
be here.
And guys, sometimes the show is way better because I have special guests that are married people, that are relationship experts, older people, more older than me, my 31 ass, that have real good marriage advice and stuff. And so, I mean, y'all may disagree with a lot of my points, but maybe if somebody older than me or had more experience than me was talking, y'all might, listen a little bit more to them. But yeah, thank you very much. Go ahead and give me a critique. Give me a number and then what I can get better in my relationship and a critique for the show.
Oh, I would say you could be a better listener for sure. You said that I could be more submissive. I think I am submissive. I think I'm just opinionated, and
Okay.
that might not be what you're used to, and that's fine. Never, really got a complaint in that area. But as far as your relationship, like you said, I don't speak on other people's relationships as well. It seems like she's happy. Seems like you're happy. So y'all are happy. That's good.
Critique for the show.
Um, I don't really have one. Like, I'm just happy to be invited.
Would you
I had
come
a good
back?
time. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah.
I would.
All right. What about you?
Okay, I'm not gonna give you a number because I don't do that either. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna challenge you in your relationship moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
3 things you said because I listen.
Here, talk
They
more
said-
directly in if you can.
They said your problem was you don't listen. My
Mhm.
problem is I listen more.
Mm.
3 things you said about your relationship. One, well, let me say this first. You got blessed. You got amazingly lucky to even get a girlfriend. First of all, because number one, no, I'm being honest.
No, it's funny. I like it.
And I have so much more respect for her when I walk out of here that it's gonna be insane. Because
That
number
part.
one, you said she chased you. First of all, she chased you. Number two, she fucked you on the first night. Number 3, she showed you wifely duties before you provided for her. You got insanely lucky to even fucking get her. First of all, let me say
We don't
that.
do that anymore.
Salute to you, ma'am. You got insanely lucky to even get her. First of all, I just feel like she was just a first draft pick. First of all, and what I'm going to challenge you to do is because what that made you do is be more entitled in relationships and undervalue women because she gave you everything before you had to work for anything. So what I'm going to challenge you to do is put forth the same effort in your relationship from jump that she gave you.
Eat him up.
Oh my
That
God,
she
bro.
gave you.
You're making a massive assumption about the value of what I bring to the table and what she brings to the
No.
table. Y'all are very confused
No,
about what I bring to the table for this
I
girl.
definitely didn't say. I said put forward the effort that she put it forth from the beginning. I would like, and not just in your relationship. I'm just saying, whatever situation. I don't care if y'all are just about to go to the car. The same effort that she gave you from jump, put that effort into going to run and grab the motherfucking doors, warm the car up, put a blanket on the passenger side. Just give that.
Are you
same
assuming I
effort.
don't do anything that you just said?
No, I'm not assuming.
I'm
that
just,
you don't.
but well, you're like yelling at me
I'm
about it,
making
like it's a true thing that I'm not doing any of this stuff.
Did I ever say that? Did I say he doesn't do that?
but you're saying it like that. That's
No,
how you're saying it.
I'm definitely not.
That's
I'm
how you're
saying
actually
that
saying
she
it.
put a lot of effort into your relationship.
And what did I do afterwards? Did I put a lot of effort in? Do you
said-
even
you
know?
Never
You
spoke on
said
that.
afterwards.
You don't even
Listen,
know.
But see, that's the thing. You're not listening to me, and you're taking out of context what I said. And I'm not being combative or aggressive. I just talk really directly. I'm gonna say that first of all. You're not listening to me. The only thing I said is that she put a lot of effort in from jump. I'm not saying, oh, you don't put in effort. I'm saying in the next situation, I don't care what it is. I'm not saying you don't do it. just put forward that same effort.
I'm
Just
so
remember,
confused. I'm so
I just
confused.
want you to
Have
take
I already?
advantage.
Wait. I'm confused, and I'll explain to you why.
All I'm
You're
saying
saying
is
I need to put
appreciate her
out.
effort.
Okay, you're saying I need to appreciate the effort. I'm confused. What told you that I didn't appreciate the effort?
I never said you didn't.
Okay, well
I'm
then
just
that's why
saying
your
you to
critique doesn't
repay
make
the
any sense to me.
effort.
It doesn't make sense to me because I already do that. So everything you
And
just
that's
said
fine.
doesn't make any sense to me. It was like you're just preaching to the choir.
I don't think nothing any of us
Like,
said made sense to you because you didn't listen. Because all I said,
y'all
was,
all said
yeah,
to listen
that's what I'm
more.
saying. And you're not.
Y'all all said to
because-
listen more.
But you and that was going to be my critique for the show. Is that honestly, Sergio, you have a great platform. Statistically, we did talk about a lot of statistic bullshit. Everything you said statistically was bullshit. So if you want to change those, I'm not saying it's not true. I said it's bullshit. So hear me out before you laugh and haha. I'm not saying what you said was not true. I said it's bullshit. If the statistics are correct, like you said, the statistics are bullshit. Where we are going today aligns us in a bullshit area statistically. We're going to be depressed with cats. We're going to be undervalued when we're 35. Statistically, all of that was bullshit. You have a platform to speak out and try to change those statistics. So don't try to scare us with those statistics. You highlighted a whole lot of problems with no resolutions. Bring resolutions for us. I stopped you when you asked us questions. You asked us questions and you didn't answer shit because you were telling us this is the problem. This is the problem. That's why I asked you this. But you never gave us the solutions until I stopped you and I said, tell me what men think. Tell me what you think because that's the solution to solving our problems.
Some of these questions were all new questions.
Stuff without answers.
That's the solutions. Like you gotta understand, the statistics give you the solution. Like that's like the whole point of proving the statistic is so then I can say because of this statistic, y'all shouldn't do this. Y'all should be celibate or you should do this. I did that. I tried to do that. And don't get me wrong, you're right. These are all new questions for me tonight with y'all. So I didn't have a perfectly lined up answer to give you for every one of these. Some of these were brand new to me. So like the thing is, yeah, you're right. I didn't have it perfectly down, but I did try to give you solutions based off of the statistics. And you can say that the statistics are bullshit, but this is the world we live in.
Listen,
You literally, I just quoted you word for word.
Because you took out of context what I said. You laughed before you let me explain. I said the statistics you gave us are bullshit. Yes, they are bullshit. I didn't say they were wrong. I said the statistics are bullshit because if you're telling me my age, me dating at my age is a statistic that is going to be bad for me, that's bullshit. That doesn't mean it's wrong. That means that, oh my God, I'm in a bullshit predicament right now. If because of her attitude, she's going to be old with depressed and cats, she's in a bullshit situation. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not right. I'm just saying that statistically, if that is true, we are all in bullshit situations. Give more solutions.
Yeah, most people are. Yeah, most people are. And yeah, my biggest solution I can give is be celibate. That's the only thing I can say. And I gave y'all solutions. Like there's nothing like I try to give y'all solutions. Once again, guys, this is what I've been trying to do this entire time. But a lot of y'all don't want to hear. A lot of girls don't want to hear to be celibate. A lot of girls don't want to hear to, do any of the things that I say. A lot of the girls at this table, none of y'all want to do any of the shit that I really said tonight. I guarantee it. And that's fine. If y'all want to be single forever, or if y'all just want, like certain type of guys that are just going to simp for you or whatever, if you just want to take advantage of men forever, y'all could do any of that stuff. I just throw it out there. And if y'all want to do it, y'all can. If you don't, it's no big deal.
Sergio, I really want to hear Paige's take on the question that you asked, but I have something to say when she's finished. Go ahead, Paige. Finish.
I mean, you can say it.
Say it now?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and say that
We're
now.
almost done.
Because I will say that you said that you slept with your current girlfriend who does everything with you. She does everything for you. You slept with her on the first date. Should she have been celibate?
She got very lucky. That's what I'm trying to teach y'all. She
got lucky.
Y'all think I got lucky?
Yeah.
Do you think
Y'all got to realize that if she
Question.
would have done that to any other dude, it would have just been another rotation of a guy that's just using her for sex. So who really got lucky? I held her down and I told her I wasn't going to sleep with anybody else. She wasn't going to sleep with anybody else. What are you talking about? She got lucky. Y'all got to understand, when a guy chooses to commit to y'all that's actually a valuable guy in any way, shape, or form, y'all are the ones that are lucky, because most guys are out here just fucking and they're not trying to lock any girls down. I'm a rarity because of that. That is a fact. I call myself a unicorn every fucking day. You know how many guys are 6 foot tall, make 6 figures, have their life together as much as I do, have as much energy, attention, and time as I do to be able to give her? I am a very rare fucking person. Very rare. And I've had 5 serious relationships where I've lived with every girl. I have a lot of experience in relationships. I know all
so why
about
haven't any
women.
of them worked out?
because I was a loser in the past. You know how long it took me to get to where I'm at right now? I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for having a badass girl help me get to the point that I'm at.
Did you
Y'all
sleep
gotta
with all
understand that.
5 of those girls on the first date?
No, the first one that I lost my virginity to, I did not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because then let's bring up like the sleeping with somebody on the first night. The reason why that's a big deal is because you have burning genuine desire for somebody that you sleep with on the first night. If you sleep with somebody on the first night, it's because there's something special about them. I'm not sure what it is special, but there's something special usually 9 times out of 10, and that's why it's a big deal. That's why I wouldn't even want to be with a girl that makes me wait 60 days because I know that she doesn't care about me nearly as much as the girl that was giving up to me
So,
faster.
If your current girlfriend though slept with you on the first date and decided, ugh, next date I don't like this dude, let me go ahead and move along, then what?
Then I
She
wouldn't have been
didn't
for her.
have.
What are you talking about?
She would have still had a burning, genuine desire.
No,
for
no,
you?
no. There's definitely that happens. Like you're right. You can sleep with a guy and be like, damn, his dick is small or
Okay.
whatever it is, and you never want to talk to them again.
So she
Yeah, it's
should
definitely a
have
thing.
been celibate before.
Yeah.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is we just brought this up earlier. It's something that's heavily debated all the time. We don't know if y'all should wait 60 days or give it up on the first night. It's the hard thing that every girl has to choose. Every one of y'all has to choose like either because the guy that's gonna wait 60 or 90 days, he's more than likely a simp. He's more than likely he can't get it from other girls, and that's why he's
I'm
gonna wait 60 or
confused.
90 days for it.
So,
That's
but
all it is.
I'm confused because you tell a girl to be celibate,
Mhm.
and then you tell her, I don't know if I would wait 60, 90 days though.
Yeah, it's
So,
a very hard
which
choice.
which one is it? You
Celibate
got to
means
pick.
till
You're
marriage.
teetering.
So-
But you
Yeah.
still have to have
That's-
what he's
that's
basically
exactly what I'm
saying,
saying.
ladies, is for you to have sex with a man on the first night, you have to have burning genuine desire. You don't have burning genuine desire for every man that you go out on a date with. Just earlier today, I asked you guys, have you ever went on a date with a man you had no intention on fucking? Quite a few actually just said yes.
Maybe
So-
I
didn't.
The thing
I
is
said
like
no.
if you have burning genuine desire, then you're going to be very selective about who you sleep with. You're very picky about that, and each one of y'all can actually agree with me with that statement. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm
Because what if a female does not give a damn about who she sleeps with?
And any
Talk
woman
to
that's
them.
like that, it's probably because she slept with a lot of people. Because you lose sensitivity to sex after you've slept with a lot of people as a woman. You don't release as much oxytocin. You can't pair bond as hard. It hurts. If you're at a point where sex doesn't mean anything to you, you slept with too many people as a woman.
Okay, so your girlfriend's a baddie. I'm not even discounting her. Like she cool people, but what if that was her? She decided to sleep with you on the first date. You showed her a good time, and then
Mhm.
she was like, "I gotta go on to the next."
Then that's fine. Obviously, that happens. Like, it's not like I'm gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, the girl found." What are you talking about? Like, girls do this all the time. Like, the only reason why she got locked in because of how complimentary she was to my life. She came in and she was instantly trying to provide value to me. That's not what a lot of women do after they sleep with you. Usually, they sleep with you and they think that all they have to do is keep sleeping with you, and that's it.
So
No,
then
she instantly came and provided value and showed how valuable she was and how smart she was. She had her degree, her bachelor's at 20 years old. I
Sound
could
like
tell she was a smart girl.
auditioning.
Yes, though, because if a woman wants a high value man that is actually valuable, you are auditioning for him. You do not have the leverage.
But-
Y'all are the ones that want the ring.
I got a question.
You got
but
to
if
understand that
if
you don't have the leverage.
I got a question though. But you said you go by the Bible, and doesn't it in the Bible it says he that finds a man,
He
the
that
man
finds-
that a woman finds a good thing.
Yeah.
So the men is supposed to chase the women, but right now you're telling us that the man is a prize. I am not looking at no man as the prize because you're supposed to chase.
The point of that quote is actually to show that if a woman acts like a woman, then that's how she will become a wife. Like that's the actual point of that quote. And like that's why she actually got picked up is because she was already a wife before I met her. She already was one. She already acted like one. She was already in that feminine energy. So and that's why
but
she
here's
gets
the-
locked in.
So it's okay for her not to be celibate because she was ready to be a woman.
She was ready to at least put up her value to show how valuable she was to me. And like I said, I don't know how to answer this question. We have this every show. Like, are women supposed to make guys wait? Are they supposed to not? We don't know. It's a very hard thing to decide. I feel bad for y'all. This is the hardest thing for a woman
I truly
today.
do feel bad for you that want to date. I truly do. That want a relationship because it sounds like it sucks. Yeah, it definitely does sound like it sucks to have to date in this generation.
Well, yeah, it's just
Seriously.
dating. But once you get into the good relationship, everybody's happy. It's just trying
But
to
it don't
date.
sound like
It's
none of
very
these
hard.
relationships
Finding
are
that
very good because half the niggas is cheating.
If you choose one of those
Well,
guys,
that's a whole
yes, you'll get
different
cheated on.
topic.
Yeah, if you choose one of them. But yeah, we can go ahead. Or did you go? You hadn't gone yet, right?
No, she
Page.
didn't.
What was
Yeah,
my
no.
questions?
You just give me a critique, give me a number on, or critique me on my relationship, and then a number based off of how good I would be in a relationship.
I don't know anything about.
Oh,
your
you can go ahead and go if you really
relationship
need to. It's
rate
fine.
it.
I totally understand. Yeah, I totally understand because it ran a little late.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally
Before-
fine.
Before
I
she
need
leaves,
y'all-
I
need y'all
kind
contact
of
information.
and I kind of wanted to give a little statement for each of the women. I thought that of everybody at this table, she would have probably been the most submissive one. I will give you
Really?
that, and I'm gonna give
Girl,
you
I'm
a
not.
9.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm gonna give you a 9. You can.
Y'all so sweet.
Yeah, y'all so sweet.
No,
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, thank you so
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Everybody follow her, please, on IG.
Yeah, everybody follow her.
I'm just write all my stuff down. So I need everybody's stuff.
Yeah.
Sergio tagged all of y'all in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
post
yeah. I
earlier, so
tagged
you
y'all
can
in the post so y'all can find
find
each other.
Oh, I have to get my phone.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You can just go. Yeah. But yeah, you can go ahead and go. You can rip me.
I don't know anything about your relationship to rate it, so I'm just gonna not do that. But the show was cool. I had a good time, and I'll come back.
You would? No, thank you so much. No, I appreciate it, ladies. Thank you all so much. I really, really want everybody to come back. And one of my big things, I like y'all to bring another girl back. I like to convert more people to this, even though this wasn't a good table for conversion. Usually other shows, sometimes we get a lot more. Let me get these super chats real quick. Daniel Thomas with the $2. Genghis Khan, shout out to JR.
Hey, what up, Danny?
Then we got another $2 from Gus. Can men, women be platonic friends?
Yes.
Yes, they all
I
say
have
yes.
plenty of male friends.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
I hope they don't want to.
$5 from Bassett. Ladies, if you say that it's easier for you to move on than men, then can we not also say that men are more loyal than women? These hoes ain't
No.
loyal. Yeah.
No.
$2 from Rod. Vigornami. Shout out to the Purple Pod. Let's build. Yeah, let's build.
Yeah,
Bro.
shout out to Rod Eric.
Who's all right?
5 DC the Beast. Sisters will settle for square brothers, but really want Tupac, Future, or Meek with a degree. Black women's desire chaotic, emotional men. Community. Communita. Okay. Anything else? Is that it?
That is it, actually.
Man, thank y'all all for the super chats, guys. We really appreciate y'all for coming and showing up for the show, man. Thank you, ladies, all for coming. This was a very hot show, guys. I really hope they all come back and they bring back another woman to come argue more with me. But yeah, we'll see y'all on Friday. Today's Monday. We will see y'all on Friday, guys. Might have a special guest for y'all. I got to see if this person responded back to me, but if so, might have a really good special guest for y'all. So we'll see. Thank you, ladies, for coming once again, y'all. Y'all were really awesome. This was a good clickbait for sure. All right, everybody have a good night though. Chat. We will see you on Friday.
Yes, everybody follow their
Peace out.
DMs, please.
Yeah, follow their. Everybody follow them on
their
Instagram.
Instagrams.
My
out.
Instagram is
YUNC.
APZA.